Well, good evening, high school basketball fans. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. We are a little falling behind here as the third game here went a little long, went overtime, but it really didn't have any business going overtime. One team was up 6, and then the other came back and ended up tying up for overtime. Some controversy at whether that should have gone overtime or not, whether it was a 3-shot foul or it was an intentional foul. So it took absolutely forever to make the decision on it, and then it ends up going overtime in that ball game. So we are backed up right now. You have Detroit Renaissance is playing East Lansing. East Lansing, the second-rated team in the state of Michigan, and we are just starting the second half here at Aquinas College. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little sound check. We'll play a little MHSAA message. We'll play some sponsor commercials, and then we'll be getting back to you towards the end of this East Lansing and Detroit Renaissance game. Maybe give you some updates, break in occasionally here and there, but I always want to come on air when I say it's going to be on air at 5:55, and a lot of the times it works out that way, but sometimes when you have 3 games playing before the game that we broadcast, sometimes things happen, overtimes and some slow games, and that's kind of what happened in that game earlier where Grand Rapids Christian looked like they were out of it, just over a minute and a half left. They were down 6. They ended up going up 6 with about 30 seconds left, and then things kind of fell apart from there and a bunch of timeouts and ended up going overtime, and then they got beat pretty soundly in the overtime, did Grand Rapids Christian. And we'll break down all those other games that was played earlier for you here after we do a little sound check here, but I thought I'd come on, let everyone know what's going on, that there will be a ball game. But right now it is 42-31. East Lansing, the second-rated team in the state, up on Detroit Renaissance with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. So do a little sound check. We'll come back and we'll let you know what's going on with this game. But we have a very good pregame show for you. A lot of information on both teams, Orchard Lake St. Mary as well as Northview. So we will have that game for you. Just going to a sound check right now.
Finalists for the Scholar Athlete Award are announced, and a couple of Hall of Famers met for the first time in 1958. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. The winners of the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, presented by Farm Bureau Insurance, will be announced starting next week. From the 1,513 applications received, 120 have been named finalists, and the top 32 will each receive a $2,000 scholarship. This is the 36th year of the Scholar Athlete Award, and during that time, Farm Bureau has handed out more than $1.1 million in scholarships to nearly 1,000 student athletes. The number of winners and size of the scholarships have grown over the years. 32 scholarships have been awarded since the 2005-2006 school year, and they've received $2,000 since 2022. Applicants must be graduating seniors during the current school year and carry an unrounded 3.5 on a 4.0 scale grade point average and have won a varsity letter in one of the 28 sports for which the MHSAA sponsors a postseason tournament. Candidates are judged on their academic, athletic, and other extracurricular accomplishments, plus community involvement, and a short essay on the importance of sportsmanship in educational athletics. The winners from Class C and Class D will be announced on February 4th. Class B winners will be announced the following week on February 11th, and the winners from Class A will be announced on February 18th. All announcements will be made on MHSAA.com, so be sure to check us out online to see who won. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Grand Rapids Northview's Brady Schwartz. He hit a jumper as time expired to give the Wildcats a 57-55 win over South Christian. Schwartz had 13 in the game. Millington's Brad Coleman scored 34 in a 56-52 win over Cass City and became the school's all-time leading scorer in the process. He's up to 1,736 points and counting. And to the Dearborn Fordson wrestling team, who narrowly defeated crosstown rival Dearborn in a KLAA East matchup.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
During a high school wrestling match, Wrestler A executes a takedown on Wrestler B near the edge of the mat. Wrestler A's foot/toe remain in contact with the mat inside the boundary line, while all of Wrestler B's body is outside of the boundary. Is the action considered inbounds, and should points be awarded for the takedown? Yes, a match is considered inbounds if at least 1 point of contact of either wrestler is inside or on the boundary line. In this scenario, Wrestler A's foot/toe in contact with the mat inside the boundary satisfies this requirement. Therefore, the takedown is valid, and Wrestler A should be awarded the appropriate points.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The 1958 Class A boys basketball final featured not one, but two future Basketball Hall of Famers. Dave DeBuscher of Detroit Austin Catholic knocked off Chet Walker in Benton Harbor 71-68 to win the title that year. DeBuscher scored 32 for Austin, while Walker had 25 for the Tigers. It was the first time the two squared off against one another before both had long NBA careers. They were both selected in the 1962 NBA draft, DeBuscher by the Pistons and Walker by the Syracuse Nationals. They were both named to the NBA All-Rookie team in 1963. Walker won an NBA title with the Philadelphia 76ers, while DeBuscher won two playing for the New York Knicks. Walker was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. DeBuscher was inducted in 1983. DeBuscher also pitched for the Chicago White Sox for 2 seasons, making him one of 13 to ever play in both the NBA and Major League Baseball. To read more about the careers of two legendary basketball players who starred at Michigan high schools, please check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
And we are back here at Aquinas College as we have 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter in the game before the Northview game, which is Detroit Renaissance and East Lansing. East Lansing is up 14 points, 3:43 left in this one, and I'll keep breaking in and giving you updates on this one and letting you know how quickly we are getting to our pregame show. But we got a little time here, and going to play a couple sponsor commercials, and then we'll be right back and we'll recap the games that have happened before this Northview game. There's been 3 of them played already, and we'll recap those games for you when we come back right after these messages from our sponsors. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Randy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Christian Croft Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pierpoint Mortgage, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, Gold Star Mechanical, All Flow Plumbing, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, River City Mechanical, AIC Insurance Services, Tom's Hometown Bakery, Third Coast Oral Surgery, Boulder Creek Golf Course, Superior Asphalt. Thank you for your support. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. And we're back here at Aquinas College as we look to recap some of these games before here. I'd like to bring in my color analyst tonight, again like he did last week, Rob Roloffs, former coach at Northview and at East Kentwood as well, presently a teacher at East Kentwood. And Rob, you had mentioned early on in the first game here, Ferndale playing East Kentwood. You saw some of that game.
Yeah, it was a good game. Pretty tight throughout the first half and then most of the third quarter. And then Kentwood kind of pulled away there in the fourth quarter, won by 10, I believe. Kentwood's a very young team. They start 4 sophomores and a junior. And Ferndale was pretty young as well. So it was an entertaining game. But it was a good game, a good win for Kentwood. They had lost a tough one to Granville last night, and so it was a nice way to bounce back and get a dub.
And then in this ball game going on right now, we have 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and we have East Lansing up 55-41 on Detroit Renaissance. And earlier, as we just mentioned, East Kentwood won by 12. It was 65-53. Randy Chapman from East Kentwood, 33 points in that ball game.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal athlete. I coached him when he was a freshman on the JV team, and Mike, you've been around as well. You know when you see a kid and you think that kid's going to be tough, and he is. About 6'2", phenomenal student. I think he's like a high 3.7, 3.8 kid.
Wow.
Real academically strong as well. Nice kid too. Real good mannered, well-behaved kid. I'm really looking forward to see what he does, the rest of his career at East Kentwood.
So, Mr. Chapman, you say has the it factor.
He does.
You know when you see it.
Yep, he does have it.
All right, and then in the second game, the one that got things backed up here at Aquinas College last weekend, it was running really smooth. All the games were right on time. But the Detroit Cass Tech, the Grand Rapids Christian at 2:45 game, Grand Rapids Christian looked like they were in control of. Check that. Detroit Cass Tech looked like they were in control of that game. They were up 6 with about 1:13 left, and Grand Rapids Christian put on a full court trapping press, and Detroit Cass Tech did not hand that well at all, and in about a 4-possession span, it was layups going the other way. They could not break the pressure against Grand Rapids Christian, and Grand Rapids Christian actually ended up going up. They were up like 6 points with like about, I'd say, 27 seconds left in the game. So a 12-point swing there in just about a matter of a little over a minute. Some threes going down and turnovers and dunks at the other end. So kind of a chaotic game down the stretch. And then we get a controversial call at the waning moments of it. Grand Rapids Christian had a foul to give, and they fouled a guy. In my opinion, it looked like it was before he was in the act of shooting, but it was just behind the three-point arc. And after a long discussion between the 3 officials and coaches out on the floor, and it took forever to come up with the decision, they awarded the kid from Cass Tech, they awarded him 3 free throws. He was in the act of shooting. So a little controversial there. And at the time, going to the line with like 1.2 seconds left, he's going to the line to shoot 3, and they're down 2, Cass Tech is. He makes the first 2 free throws, and then timeouts galore, and then misses that last free throw. And so then they go overtime.
Yeah, that's always kind of we've always been in that discussion. When you have a foul to give, do you want to use that foul? And the coaches all come up with, but what if we foul in the act? Don't foul when he's shooting, and that's that dilemma.
Why. Some coaches don't do it.
Yeah.
Just what happened right here. And it's controversial. It was certainly an intentional foul. They had 1 to give. They wanted to make him take the ball back out again with 2 seconds left. And then the kid just kind of, a little after the fact, just throws it up. And then the officials get together and
Yeah,
they took like an hour and a half to figure it out.
The rule we always try to follow, or at least teams that I would coach, is that follow the dribbler. If he's dribbling, follow him. If he's not dribbling, don't follow him. Don't let the official have to make that decision. That's usually not a good situation.
So a tough one for Grand Rapids Christian to lose. Then they ended up losing big in the overtime. They did not make many points at all, and ended up getting beaten that game 77-62. As we're done with the third quarter here at Aquinas in the third ball game going on right now, which is Detroit Renaissance and East Lansing. And East Lansing, the second-rated team in the state, is up 16 as they're both teams now huddling up. So they got 8 more minutes to go in that one. And so this game has pretty much been East Lansing pretty much all the way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give some love to our sponsors here as we're trying to kill some time because we don't want to start too early with our pregame show. And we got a good one. Lots of information on both teams for you. If you're some Orchard Lake St. Mary's listeners, we got a lot of information on you guys, as well as the Northview Wildcats, as we are the home team, the Northview Wildcat broadcast team. I'm Mike Diebold, and I get different color analysts. And Rob has been my color analyst a few times this year. I think this will be your third game. And looking forward to do this, what should be an entertaining ball game. Trey McKinney is back in the lineup. Some of you might have heard that he went through an injury, but supposedly he played last night and should be playing in this ball game tonight. And we'll break all that information down for you. So we'll give 3-4 commercials here for our sponsors, and we'll be right back, and we'll talk about what's going on in this ball game here between Detroit Renaissance and East Lansing. Mike Diebold, Rob Roloff's on the call tonight. Should have a good one between Northview and Orchard Lake St. Mary. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Randy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Christian Croft Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pierpoint Mortgage, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, Gold Star Mechanical, All Flow Plumbing, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, River City Mechanical, AIC Insurance Services, Tom's Hometown Bakery, Third Coast Oral Surgery, Boulder Creek Golf Course, Superior Asphalt. Thank you for your support. And we're back here at Aquinas College. 6:30 left in this ball game. The game before the Northview Orchard Lake St. Mary's contest. And we have a 65-50 lead by the East Lansing Trojans up on Detroit Renaissance. Renaissance just scored a bucket right there to cut it to 13, and Renaissance coach just calls the timeout. And so 6 minutes left in this one. Recapping the earlier games here at the 2K25 showcase that Brandon Guyton does such a nice job putting on. And it has been packed this weekend. Last Saturday, it was not near the crowd as they have here. We got standing room only, as there's all kinds of people in here in the hallway. They had stuff going on. Aquinas did earlier that had nothing to do with basketball, so it's been a festive time around Aquinas College here. But in that first game, Ferndale and East Kentwood. East Kentwood won 65-53. Randy Chapman for East Kentwood with 33 points in that ball game. And then Detroit Cass Tech won in overtime against Grand Rapids Christian 77-62. Kind of a crazy ending to that one. As in this one, Detroit Renaissance trailing East Lansing 65-52. And then we'll talk all about the Northview and Orchard Lake St. Mary game coming up here in 6 minutes of game time still left in the game before it. And then after the Northview game, we got Ann Arbor Huron versus Muskegon, as they will have the showcase game, the late game starting approximately, it's going to be probably later than 8 o'clock now. But that's the team. 7 state-rated teams in those 5 games. As they put together quite the schedule, and there's been some entertaining ball games, some good athletes, a lot of Division I prospects out here in these games. If you've never been to the 2K showcase, it's well worth your day watching some of the top talent in the state. I'd like to bring you the east side over to the west side, and they do a nice job getting these two sides to compete against each other, because a lot of times you don't usually, back in our day, you never met up to these guys until it was tournament time. You rarely played them. Maybe a Grand Rapids Press kind of thing they did once in a while.
Used to be a thing, but the nice thing about that is that the state added games onto the schedule now instead of being limited to 20, so that opens up those opportunities to play in these type of things.
And a lot of teams play in the showcase, and I know Northview likes to play them. They did it when they were in the tough schedule back in the OK White, when Forest Hills Central, Forest Hills Northern, Grand Rapids Christian, good basketball teams. Rivalries like East Grand Rapids and even Greenville up and coming. They're 17-0 this year. You could see that coming around for Greenville. But Northview, in my opinion, in an easier league schedule this year. Obviously, South Christian and Northview head and shoulders above the rest. Wyoming's usually pretty good. They're a guard-orientated team, no size this year. And then, there's been a lot of 30, 40-point lopsided wins, running clocks, and not near as fun top to bottom.
Well, that's not something that you want, obviously, game in, game out. You want some challenges, so that's what these showcases do. Those 30-point wins, that does provide an opportunity to get some kids on the floor that maybe won't get in these types of games. So, but yeah, you don't, moving down, or I don't know if it's moving down, but changing their schedule, it probably makes these games a little bit more impactful for Northview in terms of getting ready for the districts and regionals and what have you.
And so it's even more impactful, I think, now. Coach Channon, when he first got there to Northview, wanted to play these games and get used to playing them, because he's all about making runs into the tournament. They've been to the Final Four a few years ago with Kyler Vanderjack and Jalen Charity and company. And so he wants to continue to get back and make deep runs in the tournament. And so that's why he's get exposed to these east side teams and the style of basketball that sometimes you don't see night in and night out in the Grand Rapids area. But it's why he schedules them, and they're entertaining to watch. Doesn't affect your conference at all. And nice thing is they do them right here in Grand Rapids. You don't have to do the traveling.
Right, that is great. And it also gives the players that are, potential college basketball players, gives them some exposure.
True.
So that they are seen by majority of the there's a ton of, I've just recognized a ton of college coaches that are here, and if you end up having one of those games, and it kind of opens an eye, and then provides an opportunity maybe for some kids.
And it's nice for the coaches at the next level to go to these showcases because they can see in one day, they can see 6 games with Division I players all over the place, and so it's kind of convenient for them as well. So 4 minutes left in this one. We got a 70-50. Check that, 72-57. 15-point lead by East Lansing. Good ball club out of East Lansing, second rated in the state. And so we're going to break away, give a little bit more love to our sponsors, and we'll be back, and we'll be getting ready for our pregame show here shortly. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Randy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Christian Croft Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pierpoint Mortgage, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, Gold Star Mechanical, All Flow Plumbing, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, River City Mechanical, AIC Insurance Services, Tom's Hometown Bakery, Third Coast Oral Surgery, Boulder Creek Golf Course, Superior Asphalt. Thank you for your support. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview Grad's Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. And we are back here at Aquinas College. Getting closer here, just over 3 minutes left in this game before the Northview Orchard Lake St. Mary game between East Lansing and Detroit Renaissance. 14-point lead by East Lansing. Do some shout-outs here as we're killing some time and give some love to some people who are constantly listening in to our broadcast, and we appreciate that you do that. If no one was listening in, we wouldn't be bringing these to you. Rick Slater listening in. Tom and Sue Kinney all the way from Pennsylvania always listening in. They hit most of the games that they listen in on, as Sue Kinney is Coach David Chana's former teacher at Kennewa Hills. Todd Johnson listens in. Ryan Rimpolsky, my wife Tammy, and my daughter Sarah and son-in-law Noah DeLongpre. They listening in all the way from Wisconsin, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. They listen in. Tim Palczewski from South Carolina. Dwight and Marlene Anderson listen in all the way from Naples, Florida. David and Chalice Dixon. Jerry Phillips from Naples listening in. I think Dave and Chalice are down in Florida sunning themselves. I saw them in the snow earlier down there. Nancy Huffman. Travis and Kyle Zimdar listen in. Kevin Scoudre. Andy and Laura Vanderwerf. Andy's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Andy. Mark Spatoski listens in when he can't make it to the games. Mike and Jeff Marsman listen in. Steve Massey from Monroe, Michigan listens in. Joe Norot quite often listens in. The Kaputska family. Tori Hess, Mike Lindauer. The Felix family. I saw Art Felix here last weekend, but I know they go down to Florida off and on. Quite often they listen in. And I do know listening in today, got to text Mike and Nancy Matlos and Matt Matlos, the Matlos family listening in. And some of them are from all the way down to Orange Beach, Alabama. Getting some warm weather. It finally cleared up down there. As I was checking on that, I'll be heading down there myself soon. Kara Marsman listens in. Sarah Snyder, Greg and Darcy Toole, Neil Florence, Dan Dubel listens in. Ken Jansen, Dan Olson. I was going to say your wife, Kristen Rolos, but she's not listening in. She's here.
She's here today. But my son's listening, I think. A lot of familiar names there. The guys' names that I've recognized. Some of them, Matt Matlos played for me, one of my teams there at Northview. Phenomenal practice player.
That's what he'll tell you?
Yeah, that's what he'll tell you.
Mark Lego listens in. Ed Barnes. Drew and Todd Rinke listen in. Curtis Perkins and Cindy, they listen in occasionally. Curtis being inducted into the Hall of Fame here coming up. I believe it's next Friday, along with a couple former players of mine. Andy Korakowski also getting inducted in, as well as his dad getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So giving some shout outs, and glad you listen in for us. Like I said, if people weren't listening to these things, I wouldn't be doing them, but people are, so I enjoy doing them. And for people that can't make it to the games, it's kind of convenient to flick on for free and listen to the broadcast, because Northview is, in the last few years under David Chan, the history of Northview basketball has been a program where they've had a lot of support throughout the years, decades of support, but it's at a different level right now, as they've got some different type of athletes into Northview, and these showcase games and things like that. It's entertaining to watch them, and the difference in athleticism over the last 30 years is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been a big change, to tell you that. Mike, I'm waiting for us to get inducted to the Northview Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Or is that would be the Hall of Shame, one of the two.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be live. I don't think there's enough classes there.
No, okay.
We'll live long enough to be up for that. 76-64. It's a 12-point game now, as East Lansing finds himself up 12 against Detroit Renaissance in this third game. And going to break away one more time, and then when we come back, we will start the pregame show for the Grand Rapids Northview, number 10 in the state, and the Orchard Lake St. Mary Eagles, the Eaglets, and they are rated 6th in the state. Should be an entertaining one. Trey McKinney is back. Have not seen him yet. They still have not been able to get out onto the floor, but we'll have all that for you for the pregame show when we come back. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. All right, we're back at Aquinas College, and it just happened again, and every time I get reminded of this. Every single time I broadcast a basketball game, 99% of the time I'm at the scorer's table doing the game, and it just happened again, and it happened in pretty much every game of broadcast. It amazes me, and so if we have any young listeners out there right now, listen in here. The art of checking in to a basketball game amazes me. They see things on TV at the college level where they kind of walk and point, and the pro level, colleges are a little better at checking in. But in high school, I've seen technical fouls get doled out. And, you know, when these showcase games, you have a whole bench here, and you got some people, it amazes me, people got headphones on, and the kids will come up and they're checking into us, and they're not even close. They're like 6 guys away from the person that is the official at the scorer's table, and they all wear a striped shirt like the officials. He's the official scorekeeper.
Right, he's actually the game official.
Right, the game official, scorekeeper. And so he's usually in the middle of the scorer's table, depending on how long they are. And there's usually an X on the floor or something there. But kids, you got to go at least halfway down to the and quite often, I can't tell you how many kids have checked into me. You know, they'll get pointing to me and they tap the table in front of me. And they're 20 feet away from the guy checking in. It just amazes me how many kids don't know how to check in.
Well, they get a little excited, and they don't care about what the protocol is. They just want to get in the game. Funny story. We actually in our district championship game at Greenville, we actually won a game for some reason because of kid ran out on the floor. He just kind of pointed, and they didn't know, and they got 6 guys on the floor, and the game Mark Armstrong hit a buzzer beater to win it, and. So, it can be a big thing if you don't follow the right protocol.
Can come back to haunt you. It happened in this, not this game, the game prior to this, late in the game. Same thing. Kid comes in, checks into me, 20 feet away from where he should, and he goes walking on the floor. And they buzz. They finally caught one kid. 10 of them did it. They finally caught one kid late in the game. And, again, that's another reason it took so long. The officials get together, and I'm thinking there's going to be and they actually did call a technical foul. But it's part of the game, you youngsters out there. You got to check into the correct person. Look for the guy, the only one at the scorer's table with the stripes on.
Yeah, it's not a hockey game. No line changes.
That is the guy that you check into, not the guy broadcasting the game 20 feet away. Or don't walk onto the court and just point, because it could cost your team some points. Because in high school, I've seen it called a few times. I've also seen hundreds of times where they just go on the floor and no one really does anything about it. But I'll get off my soapbox now, my coaching moment there.
So you actually were involved in a technical foul when you're not even coaching, right?
Hey, true.
You send the kid in the game?
Yeah, I didn't send him. He just walks in. Yeah, I get a tease any way I can, I guess.
That's true.
Well, this one is finally winding down so we can get to our pregame show here as 84-71, East Lansing is going to walk away with this one. We're going to break away to one more commercial, and then we'll be back for the pregame show of the St. Mary's Northview game. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs.
man, who's that cat coming down the street? I don't know, but it sounds to me like that different man with the bone. Sure has himself a ball.
Good evening, high school basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. We're coming to you live from Aquinas College in Grand Rapids for this 2K25 showcase matchup between these two state-rated teams. The 10th rated in the state, Northview Wildcats at 12-3, and the number 6 rated team in the state and defending state champs, Orchard Lake St. Mary, who are 9-6. The Eaglets, with the front runner for this year's Mr. Basketball, just named a McDonald All-American, two-time Player of the Year, and U of M commit Trey McKinney, coming off a hand injury when he was playing against IMG about 2 weeks ago. I think he missed 3 or 4 games, and I believe he played last night, and I believe he's going to be back playing in this one. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Diebold, along with my color analyst this evening, Rob Roloffs. We welcome you to the pregame show. Cats versus the Eaglets in this showcase game here at Aquinas College. Should be an entertaining game here tonight like last Saturday. Not sure we'll get another 4 overtime thriller like Saturday's game versus Lima Senior, but a lot of Division I talent will be on display tonight, just like last week, in front of a packed house here. Rob, Northview must play above their pay grade to have a chance to get a W in this one, which you don't say very often before a Northview game. St. Mary's record is deceiving, but with Trey McKinney back in the lineup, this is one of the best teams in the state and defending champions, and the Cats must have their A game tonight. Your thoughts on that? Got to bring it.
Yeah, I saw him play when McKinney when he was a freshman. He played at the Kentwood Classic there, the Gotta Get It Classic. And as a freshman, he was by far the best player on the floor. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him, see how he plays, and see what kind of player Michigan's getting here next year. But yeah, you look at that record. Obviously, the schedule they play is a little different than what an OK conference schedule might look like. So, yeah, you can throw the records out the window. But I listen, Northview's tough, man. They're extremely well coached. Play well together, and I expect this to be a pretty close ball game. Now, I'm kind of hoping we're not going to do a 4 overtime game again, Mike. But, a nice close game would be nice.
And you talk about Trey McKinney, as a freshman, he's like a man-child. He's a grown man.
Yeah, he's all of that, I tell you that. And he was like when he was, 15 years old? It's unbelievable.
Heck of a player, and we'll call the game for you here as they get the East Lansing with their win out at the front, out here getting their pictures taken and trophy awarded to them. And these two teams now, Northview coming onto the floor right now. And we'll be right back to talk about both these two teams in this ball game tonight. Mike Diebold along with Rob Roloffs tonight calling the game for you. Jerash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They're located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jerash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. The Orchard Lake St. Mary Eaglets, 9-6, out of the Detroit Catholic League, toughest league in the state. Teams in that league are Detroit Catholic Central, number 1 in the state, UAD Jesuit, number 3 in the state, Brother Rice, Warren De La Salle. St. Mary's losses are to Florida Charter School, the Villages are called. Detroit Jesuit, who was number 1. Indianapolis Cathedral. IMG Academy from Florida, nationally ranked team, number 1 in the nation ranked. And that's where Trey hurt his hand when those two teams collided. They played at Oakland University about 2 weeks ago. East Lansing, number 2 in the state. Brother Rice is number 3 in the state. So losses to the top 3 teams in the state and IMG type teams from Florida and Indiana. St. Mary's is under the leadership of head coach Todd Covert in his 11th year at Orchard Lake St. Mary, where he is an alum, a 92 grad from St. Mary's. Last year, Coach of the Year as he led the Eaglets to a state championship over North Farmington. And oddly enough, Northview beat North Farmington last year also at Aquinas here in the showcase game last year. Coach Covert, a scratch golfer. He's an all-state golfer at Orchard Lake St. Mary, and then he went on to golf at Oakland University. Eaglets are 9-6 on the year, 6th rated team in the state. The record is not great for a number 6 rated team, but as Coach Roloffs had mentioned, they play a tough national schedule and had to play without the services for a while of 2-time player of the year in Michigan, and this year's front runner for Mr. Basketball, which he's not won yet, Trey McKinney, U of M commit, just named McDonald's All-American. High-level talent all over the place for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Future Division I and II players all over the place. After a McDonald's All-American, they have great athletes and senior Zip Hines, the 6'6" guard, will play at the next level. Hasn't committed yet. A very good point guard in senior Sherrod Barnes, a lockdown on-the-ball defender. He's a Western Michigan University commit, so he'll be playing with Northview Stars. Brady Swartz will be going to Western next year. E.J. Ryans, who graduated from Northview last year, is on Western Michigan's team this year. And Carson Biss, who plays for South Christian, a foe of Northview's in the OK Gold. And Carson Biss, Brady Swartz, think they're going to be roommates next year at Western Michigan. So Sherrod Barnes will be in there with them. As Western Michigan doing a lot of talent around the Grand Rapids area as well as some Detroit area.
Yeah, Coach Stevens is on it. That's a good thing. It's always nice to have, those Western Michigan players an hour away or so if you ever want to go see them.
St. Mary's have 2 big physical players inside, and senior XL Newell, a state champion quarterback. He'll be playing at the next level at Tiffin next year for football. And senior Jaden Savory, a bruiser, a big tight end in football, an MSU football commit, probably play tight end for them, as well as great players off the bench, and freshman guard Mateen Cleaves, Jr. Famous dad Mateen won a natty at Michigan State in the year 2000. I'll have a story at halftime about that national championship game. And sharpshooter junior Luke Crichton, a Division I baseball player, is going to Indiana University. His baseball comes from a baseball family. His brother likely to be drafted in Major League Baseball this year. So as you can see, some next level talent all over the place. St. Mary's coming off a high school football championship, beating Byron Center in the fall, and they'll be looking to win back-to-back titles in basketball. And the only other team to win latest to win basketball titles is Clarkston. Dane Fife was the last team to win back-to-back titles. You don't see too many 4th-rated in the state team or 6th-rated state teams with a record of 9-6. But the best player missed 4 games, and they play one of the better schedules in the state and play in the toughest league in the state. They are battle-tested, and this moment will certainly not be too big for them. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the Northview Wildcats. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Let's take a look at the Cats from Northview. They're 12-3, the 10th rated in the state in Division I. Their only losses are to number 5 Rockford by 8 and by number 13 Ann Arbor Huron by 13. And last Saturday at the 2K25 showcase, they lost in 4 overtimes in a thriller to Lima Senior from Ohio. Northview big wins against once-ranked Muskegon Mona Shores, once-ranked in Division II Ferndale. They beat number 7 in Division II Warren Lincoln and 17th ranked in Division II South Christian. Last night they beat Grand Rapids Union by 48. Cats first place in the OK Gold, 1 game up on South Christian. Northview is led by head coach David Channa, now in his 6th season at Northview. Northview number 10 in the state in Division I. Cats are led by the dynamic duo Cam Ryans and Brady Swartz. Cam averaging nearly a double-double, 22.5 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. Cam just broke the 1,000-point level, scoring 31 points in a big win versus South Christian 2 games ago. Cam, the 6th player in Northview history to score 1,000 points. And then Cam passed Kevin Rich and, last night, Spencer Olson, as Cam is now 4th place in career points in Northview history. Cam needs 19 points to pass assistant coach Derek Brooks on the 06 team for 3rd place all-time scoring at Northview. So if he can get 19 points in this ball game, he'll become the 3rd all-time leading scorer with his assistant coach on the bench watching it happen, who he's just passing. Brady Swartz, a senior, a Western Michigan commit, averages nearly a double-double as well. 26.8 points per game, 9 rebounds per game. Scoring record for a single season here at Northview is held by 2 players, Dan Olson and Kyler Vanderjack. Both averaged 21.9 points per game. And that is ready to be shattered, be broken this year by both, probably Brady and Cam. Brady well above that average at 26.8, and Cam again at 22.5. So most likely, both those guys will be breaking that single season scoring average. Brady has games of this so far this year: 50 points, 47 points, 36 points, 35, and 33. That 47 was last Saturday in that overtime game against Lima, Ohio. Brady just broke the single game scoring record at Northview versus Wyoming, scoring 50 points, beating a 50-year-old record here at Northview. And he'll be meeting, that's who they play next Tuesday. Northview will play at Wyoming, so Brady will meet up with them again. We'll see if Coach Vanderclay has schemed up something, see if he can hold Brady under 50. Brady needs 59 points to reach 1,000 points in his 3-year career here at Northview. And Brady can possibly shoot and make more free throws in a single season than ever before. Kyler Vanderjack has 139 made free throws, and Brady's on the doorstep of breaking that, as he is a good free throw shooter. Other starters for Northview: sophomore point guard Anthony Willis runs the show at point guard. He's a good shooter, averages 6 points per game. And sophomore Izzy Hatibu, 4 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. And then junior Jack Van Proyen and senior Jake Johnson will each start off and on for the Wildcats. And when one doesn't start, the other one's usually the 6th man coming in. Also, Tyrus Thomas getting some minutes also for the Wildcats. When we come back, we'll have more from the Frames Unlimited pregame show. Mike Diebold, Rob Roloffs on the call for you tonight. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Randy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Christian Croft Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pierpoint Mortgage, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, Gold Star Mechanical, All Flow Plumbing, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, River City Mechanical, AIC Insurance Services, Tom's Hometown Bakery, Third Coast Oral Surgery, Boulder Creek Golf Course, Superior Asphalt. Thank you for your support. Well, as we had an opportunity here to kind of look out on the court with these commercials during our pregame show here, it's looking like Trey McKinney is not going to be playing in this game. And if you're a Northview fan, you certainly always want to play against the best, and you can always say, hey, I played against that guy who's lighting it up there at U of M and probably end up playing pro ball. So it'd be nice to have that, to say you can do that. But at the other hand, that's one heck of a player you don't have to deal with. But it doesn't look like he's going to be playing.
No, he came out and met with the captains, but he has not participated in any of the warm-ups at all. He's kind of sitting under the basket, helping rebound. Unless they have a unique way of getting him ready for games, I don't anticipate him playing.
And they do have all week trying to he injured his left hand in the IMG game, kind of jammed some fingers at that game at Oakland University. And I thought I saw some stuff on X where he played last night. And maybe being a league game they did, and this being a showcase game, they just don't want to, because coming up, he has a 5-6 day rest here because they don't play again until Saturday. Their regular season is over. They play in that the Catholic League. They have their tournament at the end of the season where that league has a tournament. And that'll be his next game. So maybe they're just giving him some extra time to rest it. You don't want to re-injure it in a showcase game when it doesn't mean anything for the league.
Well, I totally get that, and his coach knows what's good for him. I do know this. There's probably about half of these fans are going to exit out of the gym as soon as they figure out he's not playing.
I want my money back.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's still packed. No one's exiting right now, and they still got some, as we just mentioned in our pregame. So a lot of talent on that basketball team with or without him. And we're going to have this, bringing it all to you as the warm-ups got about 4.5 minutes left. And we'll break away to a couple more sponsors. And thanks for dealing with all our commercials in our pregame show. It usually winds down pretty good when we can get on the air when we're supposed to. But you never know whenever they have games, especially tournaments like this, 3 and 4 games. And the second game really backed things up. It went overtime, but with all the controversial calls and things like that, that last 3 minutes of that game took probably 45 minutes of real time. So that's what backed everything up. So there's nothing we can do about it except give our sponsors some love. A couple more commercials, and we'll be right back as we will have St. Mary's Prep against the Northview Wildcats, looking like without Trey McKinney. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Both these teams coming off wins at home last night. Northview beat Grand Rapids Union by 48 points. And St. Mary's a win by 18 at home versus Toledo St. Francis de Sales of Ohio. Both these teams here today state rated. Northview 10th in the state of Michigan in Division I. And the Eaglets also in Division I, number 6 in the state. Should be a great one here tonight at the 2K25 Showcase at Aquinas College here on Bowes Court, named after Terry Beauchamp, longtime baseball coach and athletic director here at Aquinas College here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Cats and the Eaglets coming up. One last commercial, and we'll have starting lineups for you. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. Well, Rob, number 6 versus number 10 in the state of Michigan in Division I going at it here. Sad to see Trey McKinney, like you've been able to see him play up close and personal, but doesn't look like he's going to be playing in this ball game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we still it's going to be a good game. Look forward to some of the seeing Brady, see if he can have one of those games again. I'd like to see Cam bounce back. I'm not sure how he played this week, but thought he was kind of off a little bit last Saturday. I'm looking for him to bounce back and maybe have one of those typical Cam games where he's, in the 20s or in the mid-20s with maybe 10, 12 rebounds or something in that neighborhood. I'm looking for that.
Cam had a nice ball game last night. He had 28 points against an undermatched Grand Rapids Union team. Didn't even really play in the third quarter. And Brady Swartz had 23 in that win last night at Northview. We're going to turn things over to the public address announcer here at Aquinas College. And now the Northview Wildcats. In case you couldn't hear those, I'll get those starters for you here in a minute. So, starting lineups for this ball game for Orchard Lake St. Mary's: Sherrod Barnes, Quincy Zip Hines, Isaiah Zip Hines, Jaden Savory, Axel Newell, as well as Luke Crichton. No big man Trey McKinney. And for the Wildcats, in case you missed it, Cam Ryans, Brady Swartz, Jake Johnson, Anthony Willis, and Izzy Hatibu. Northview in their white with black trim. And Orchard Lake St. Mary, the Eaglets in their black and gray trim and some red outline. Northview has the basketball to start with, and we got things underway here. Jake Johnson away from the basket, gets it left wing. Cam Ryans for the Wildcats. Hatibu swings it right, Brady Swartz. Swartz looked for three, decided not to. Now Northview swings it around. Anthony Willis all the way to the basket, contact, passes off to Ryans. Ryans gets bumped hard, no call. They'll reset. Swartz from top of the key, dribble drive, stops, pops from the right elbow, all around the rim, can't get it to go. And away come the Eaglets with the basketball. Sherrod Barnes with the rock right now, being double teamed up to almost turned over. Cats coming out with a trapping deep, finally did turn it over. As coming away with it for the Wildcats, Cam Ryans. Cam's to Willis. Willis going to set things up, swings it right side. Schwartz going against man defense, kind of a saggy man defense by the Eaglets being deployed. Ryans, a lot of hand checking, gets pushed and shoved, turns it over, going baseline. Officials just kind of letting him go. You can't get more two hands on a guy than that drive.
No, that's pretty typical for these showcases. Officials will tend to let them play a little bit more physically, and you know, you don't want to be a whistle game. You want these kids to be able to play a little bit. But yeah, that was definitely a hand check foul.
Northview has a sideline out. Hatibu now has it top of the key. Ryans with the basketball for the Cats. Now Swartz has it. Swartz drives in the lane. Another elbow jumper, can't get it to go. Swartz 0 of 2 from each elbow. And Orchard Lake St. Mary's comes away with the basketball. Barnes, St. Mary's turns it over. They haven't had a shot at the basket yet here with 6:24 left. Kind of an alley-oop. Hatibu just had to kind of just bring it back down and bring it back out. Willis now 3-ball on the way. Air ball wide left, goes out of bounds. Some jitters early on here as St. Mary's hasn't had a shot at the basket. Couple turnovers, and Northview's had 3 attempts and haven't gone in yet. 0-0, 6-12 in the first quarter.
Both teams playing physical defensively and forcing some turnovers. Probably looking for a set come up here from St. Mary's. Yep, we'll clear out.
Zip Hines blows right by Izzy Hatibu. It's going to be a tough matchup there. Isaiah, they call him Zip though, and he is zip quick. And he draws first blood as they have 2 points. St. Mary's leads it 2-0. Cam Ryans, 3-ball on the way, scores it and is fouled. Sherrod Barnes fouled him as Cam shot the 3. He's on the ground watching the ball go in.
Yep, Northview's running their little sideline pick and roll continuity offense, and Cam used the screen effectively, came off and shot it. Got fouled, definitely was a foul. I will say that Cam probably has the coolest shoes on the court so far. He gets the best shoes award for the night. Pink shoes.
He's always got something different going on. He had one last night, 2 different colors. Each shoe is different. So the scoreboard's kind of messed up here as they're having trouble getting the right total. We're seeing if that was a 3 being made. There they got it. So Cam Ryans gets the 3 call, and they got 1 point up for St. Mary's, and that was a Zip Hines layup, so that should be 2. So we should have a 3-2 score as they got to come over to the scorers table and get things corrected here. It's showing 3-1 Northview. It should be 3-2 as they got the official over to the scorers table. I think they got the scores maybe on the wrong.
They just got the scores wrong in general.
So what? Northview 3. We're getting closer. There we go. We got it. And as they get a hand for the clock operator here. Like an offensive lineman in football, you're only aware that person's there when they screw up.
That's true. We still got an issue. Who's home and who's away? I think that's the issue right now. The score had it backwards.
So there are little officials timeout. Both teams going to their coaches, getting some coaching up. But Cam Ryans will be going to the free throw line looking for the 4-point play as he was fouled in the act of shooting by Sherrod Barnes, a 3. And as he was on the ground, ball goes in. And he'll be looking for the and 1 4-point play when we come back to action here. 5:42, I believe. We'll see when they get the clock all squared away.
Yeah, they got the fouls wrong, too. They have Orchard Lake St. Mary's with 4 fouls, and they've only had 2 possessions on defense, so that's kind of hard to do that.
Well, we'll get things corrected here. Another delay. Last Saturday went pretty smoothly, but a couple games before this as we're way behind schedule, but fans are patient here. A packed house, standing room only here at Aquinas College.
Coach Bo's court. Coach Terry Beauchamp's was the athletic director here, I think, for 43 years. Started off as a basketball coach and then obviously baseball coach as well. He sent a couple players to Major League Baseball. Dave Gumpert and Paul Ossenbacher were 2 baseball players here at Aquinas that played in the league. So a lot of tradition. Mike and I, you and I both worked with Coach Bo at his camps in the summer.
Fun. It's fun as work could be.
I'm actually a Aquinas graduate. At least that's what my diploma says.
7 years, 8 years, how long?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Cam's ready, and we got the score correctly. Northview home team on the scoreboard now. Cam knocks it down. The 4-point play by Cam Ryans, and Northview leads at 4-2. Zip Hines with the basketball for St. Mary's. Playing without Trey McKinney, the recently named McDonald All-American. Nice backdoor cut, nice find just into the ball game. Mateen Cleaves misses a bunny though. Mateen Cleaves Jr. as he's trying to check Cam Ryans right now. Mateen snuck in there on that timeout and got into the ball game. Northview will have the ball side out. It's the second team foul on St. Mary's. Northview is yet to foul. Anthony Willis, sophomore point guard for Northview, has it, gets it over to Cam Ryans. High pick and roll of Van Proyen, who just entered the ballgame. Cam gets all the way to the basket, got a whistle. Sounded like a whistle before the shot went up. On the ground, they're going to call it. Foul on St. Mary's. Back into the ballgame for St. Mary's, Axel Newell replacing Cleaves.
Mike, you're right. Someone just checked into the game, and they checked in with you again.
It's amazing to me how many people do not know how to check into a basketball game. Cam Ryans 3. Cam is feeling it. Had a good game last night with 26. He's got 7 already in this one, all of Northview points. Cam Ryans right now beating St. Mary's in the first 3.5 minutes of this one. Crichton with the 3 ball on the way. Air ball, but it was so bad of a shot. Sherrod Barnes standing underneath the basket. gets the air ball, gets the putback.
Coming at us.
Coming right at us here, as that was Luke Crichton going after the ball and knocking into the table.
I was ready to take my first charge of my career right there.
Van Proyen inbounds the ball to Swartz, back out to Cam. Cam back irons the three from the left baseline. That would have brought the house down if he had hit that one. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Going to go St. Mary's way. Cats lead it by 3. 4:25 left in the first quarter. Glad you could join us. Mike Diebold, Rob Roloff's on the call this evening. Orchard Lake St. Mary playing without Trey McKinney if you're just joining us. As a nice drive by Jaden Savory, the Michigan State football commit, tight end of the state championship football team.
He's a big body.
Put together. He's doing some blocking for the Spartans and hopefully catching some footballs.
Mike, we talked about this last week, too. It's an interesting matchup decision by Coach Shannon when he puts Hatibu on the opposing team's point guard, which is not...
He usually does.
Yeah, not typically what you would think in terms of, body type and the type of player that Hatibu is, but it's kind of interesting. But they're also trapping all the ball screens.
True.
Which now you're putting a long kid with length, in the trap, which makes it difficult. So maybe that's the strategy there.
Savory, nothing but net on both of those. And we got a 1-point lead by the Wildcats. Willis gets it to Van Proyen for the Wildcats as they go against the man defense being deployed by St. Mary's. They try to get inside. Crichton with an almost steal. Swartz has it. He goes up double clutch, and he's going to get fouled. And Swartz, good free throw shooter at 72%, will be going to the free throw line.
That was a nice little set. Some of you basketball old people who know what the flex offense is, but that was a little flex cut, trying to get Brady a post touch there, and he gets fouled. A nice little set coming out of that possession.
Axel Newell with that foul. The team's fourth, so Northview be shooting some free throws here with 3:58, almost halfway through this first quarter. Northview being the double bonus, so need to be attacking. Swartz knocks down the first free throw, which he's coming up on school records for free throws made in a season. As I jinxed him with the missed free throw.
Come on, Mike.
8-6, Cats lead it. Barnes, strong drive to the glass, finishes it through contact. He got down the floor in about 4 dribbles.
It always amazes me when teams get beat back on defense after a free throw. Like that. That drove me nuts.
Isn't that why you have a guy back?
Pretty much, yeah. Apparently not in this instance, but to your point, he got up the floor pretty quick. But I'm sure they talked about it. It's not something that they got surprised by. You just got to be more aware. You got to get back to the paint, protect and defend from inside out.
Barnes misses the free throw. The Western Michigan University commit will be Brady Swartz' teammate, going at it against each other right now. They'll be teammates next year at Western Michigan University, along with E.J. Ryans, another Northview player who played this year as a freshman down there. Stolen, Swartz coughs it up, going the other way. Zip Hines, he's got a breakaway layup. Hines finishes easily. Turnover leads to an easy bucket the other way for call that a touchdown when you give up those kind of turnovers. Swartz has it, high pick and roll with Van Proyen. Hatibu swings it right side, Ryans. Van Proyen swings it left. Willis, a good three-point shooter on the way, is short on his shot. They need Willis to contribute from behind that arc when he gets good looks like that. Away comes St. Mary's with it. Eaglets with the basketball and the 2-point lead if you're just joining us.
Wow.
Just got ran over the tight end football player. Savory just sent Cam Ryans flying. Cam's okay, gets up off the floor.
Michigan State fans will be happy with that, but I don't think that's a basketball play.
He just doesn't see anyone. He enjoys contact, I think.
He looks for people to run into.
Just flattened Cam Ryans, gave his body up, so foul on Savory. The team's 5th player control foul, though, so they will not shoot. And so Willis will have the basketball for Northview, the sophomore point guard, being checked by Zip Hines. And Tyrus Thomas into the ball game for Northview has it, gets it over to Cam Ryans. Another 3 missed. Got a real good look from the right wing for Cam Ryans. Couldn't get it to go.
Nice little pin down screen by Willis. Good luck for Cam. He'll hit that more often than not.
Hines to Savory. Savory dribble drives on Swartz. Swartz cuts him off. Hines with the basketball between his legs, looking for an outlet pass. Barnes now has it for the Eaglets. Switch, Thomas guarding Barnes. Thomas too much bodying and going to get called away from the basket. And it'll be side out, actually underneath the basket for the Eaglets. St. Mary's leads it 10-8, 2:16 left in the first quarter.
Interesting things I'm looking at right now. First of all, let's see if Northview is going to continue with that trapping the ball screens. And the other thing here from an offensive standpoint, I'd like to see how Willis is going to handle the defensive pressure that he's getting put on. So far, he's done pretty well with it.
Savory gets away from the basket. They had trouble getting the ball in. As coach for the Eaglets, Todd Colbert, yelling fouls, some hand checking going, and he gets the call. Savory will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. State champ football player wants a state championship in basketball. I think he was on the team last year when they won the state championship. So he's got a basketball state championship and a football state championship, if I'm not mistaken. I know he won a football one. Savory gets the free throw to go. Cats down 3, 2:11 in the first quarter. Julian Cherry, the brother of Jalen Charity, plays at Grand Valley into the ball game for the Wildcats. Savory with his 4th free throw made in this ball game. He's got 4 points. Hines with 4, Savory with 4, and Barnes with 4.
Yeah, they took Willis out of the game, and now they're going to have, looks like Cam's going to play that kind of that point forward position.
Ryans gets it across the timeline. Just over 2 minutes left. Cats find themselves down 4. They got off to a 4-point lead in this one. Thomas, ball's knocked away. A lot of pressure being deployed by Peyton Kemp, newly into the ball game. The senior for the Eaglets. Swartz has it. Now he gets it over to Thomas. Charity back to Thomas. Now Swartz. Spin dribble along the baseline. Coughed it up. Turnover Swartz. And the Eaglets come away with it. Kemp hands it off to Zip Hines. Zip Hines crossover to he is quick. Zip Hines. Shot fake. 8-footer. Short. No good. Thomas with the rebound. Thomas has all he can do to handle Zip Hines. Got great handles and is very quick. Cam Ryan, spin move, ball's knocked away, goes out of bounds. They say off Cam's leg as the reach in, gets it off his leg. Turnover Northview.
A little sloppy right now, I think. The defensive pressure and the speed of the game, we'll get settled in here a little bit.
Cats not getting many shots up to the rim. It started out, the Eaglets at the first couple minutes weren't getting any shots up. Now Cats having trouble getting some shots up. Newell with the basketball gets it to Barnes. Barnes being checked by Jake Johnson of Northview. Cross-court pass, 3-ball on the way, halfway down by Kemp, couldn't get it to go. And Ryans comes away with it for the Wildcats. Swartz, right wing, trying to get all the way to the basket. A lot of contact, going to get a jump ball call. Swartz can't believe it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Coach is in my way, so I can't really comment.
More arm than ball. As Coach Channel letting him know about it a little bit. As didn't appreciate that call. A lot of arm, not much basketball on that one. And Brady would have been going to the free throw line, but instead we have a timeout called here. Coach Channel trying to figure out what's up with the call right there. But both teams now in their huddles, getting the timeout. And, Coach, what do you think of the opening 7 minutes of this one?
It's kind of a feeling out thing going on right now, I think. Both, as I said, the physicality, both teams defensively is kind of pushing teams out of their offense. Northview's kind of trapping the ball screen and, the ball pressure that St. Mary's is putting on the ball handlers, kind of pushing Northview out a little bit. And it'll take a little bit of time here, but I think both coaches will figure out some opportunities for other teams to get some scoring going on here.
Both these teams played last night, obviously not against each other, but both with wins. And if you're just joining us, Trey McKinney not going to be playing in this ball game, resting them up for next week's. Their Catholic League has their own tournament at the end of the season. Zip Hines, almost a 5 count, gets it over to Sherrod Barnes. Barnes dribbling between his legs, being checked by what will be his teammate next year, Brady Swartz.
There's a trap.
They come out and jump him by half court, swinging around. Hines has it. It is now good defense by Northview.
Trying to get a last shot off here, looks like.
Floor is very spread into the 4 corners, and they're right. Coach Covert calls out a play. 13 seconds left. They want to go into this second quarter with the lead. All the way to the basket. Savory breaks him down, gets a layup. Ryan's half-court shot at the buzzer does not go, draws backboard with it. And the Eaglets are going to take a 14-8 6-point lead after 1. We'll be right back. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Randy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Christian Croft Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pierpoint Mortgage, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, Gold Star Mechanical, All Flow Plumbing, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, River City Mechanical, AIC Insurance Services, Tom's Hometown Bakery, Third Coast Oral Surgery, Boulder Creek Golf Course, Superior Asphalt. Thank you for your support. Eaglets lead it by 6, 14-8 after 1. If you're just joining us, the McDonald's, recently named McDonald's All-American frontrunner for Mr. Basketball, Trey McKinney, not playing in this ball game. He injured his hand. I thought I saw on social media that he played last night, but I could be wrong with that, or social media could have been wrong. I know what I was reading.
Social media is never wrong.
But he is not, maybe because of a showcase game, and the other one was a league game. I don't know. But he is not playing in this one. But Northview will have the basketball, find themselves down 6. They got off to a 4-point lead in this, and they're having trouble scoring ever since, as the Eaglets have ratcheted up the defense. Cam Ryan's dribble drives in, gets double teamed, and the ball stripped. Sherrod Barnes gets the turnover by the Cats. Barnes coast to coast, baseline drive, a little contact, no call. They're letting him play. Hatibu with the rebound, gets it over to Ryans. Ryans walks it across the timeline in his nice pink or purple, whatever color you want to call those shoes. With Brady Swartz and his orange, or not sure what color that is either.
Not so good with the colors, are you, Mike?
Jake Johnson gets the finish. Good enough to call that. Jake Johnson with the first 2 for Northview in a while. Stops the bleeding for the Cats on a big dry spell. 14-10, Cats down 4. Eaglets with the basketball. Going to get an over and back call. Bad pass by Zip Hines trying to get it to Sherrod Barnes. They call that an unforced turnover. Coach Covert beside himself.
Important for Northview to get those support players, to score some buckets for them, whether it's Willis hitting a 3, or here Jackson got a score inside. Maybe he won an offensive rebound. Those guys got to, provide some offensive support, throughout the game here.
Swartz has the basketball, high pick and roll with Johnson. Hatibu now top of the key, gets it over to Ryans. Ryans the right wing, going to dribble it up top of the key. Swartz with the handoff way between the circles. Cats being pushed out of their offense right now. Ryans with the drive, breaks him down. Hatibu, all kinds of contact. Coach Covert looking for the travel, but I think we're going to get an and one as the bucket went in.
Yeah, he wanted the travel on the initial drive, which he's probably right. Definitely did not travel. He definitely got fouled. One thing, too, is as I'm watching Northview is, not to get too technical here, but they're refusing the ball screens. It looks like they've seen something on tape where St. Mary's is kind of favoring the ball screen offense, so they're going away from the screen as a as a strategy to keep St. Mary's honest defensively.
Hatibu with the and one. He's got 3 points. As you mentioned, some players need to get some scoring going, helping out Swartz and Ryans in this one, and Hatibu comes through. Double clutch up and in, and Jaden Savory's having himself a first half as he alone is hurting the Wildcats. His big muscular body getting inside, getting where he wants to, and getting some easy buckets. Hatibu left side Willis. Willis now going to bring it up top of the key. Johnson swings it around to Swartz. Swartz being checked by the baseball player. Luke Crichton going to be going to the Hoosiers, Indiana University, to play baseball. Willis gets into the lane. Euro steps around, doesn't draw a rim with it. Good defense by Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Cats having trouble getting good looks. Hines gets it to Barnes. Barnes wanted to go baselines, cut off. He'll walk it back to the top of the key. Cam Ryan's checking Sherrod Barnes. 5:30 left in the first half. Northview down 3. Swinging around the perimeter. Top of the key, now Barnes stops, pops from 15 feet, back iron, no good. Jake Johnson with the rebound for the Cats. Ryans walks it across the timeline. Swartz way away from the basket. Gets it. Hatibu to Ryans. Ryans crossover dribble, trying to get in the lane. Baseline drive. Acrobatic shot, comes around the other side, but couldn't use the backboard too far underneath the basket. Didn't draw a rim on his shot. Cats trying to penetrate and getting closed off at the bucket. Jake Johnson, we got to tie up. We're going to call a foul. Could have been a tie up. Going to get Jake Johnson with the foul instead. 4:49 left in the first half. We got a 3-point ball game. Eaglets and Wildcats going at it here at the 2K25 showcase.
It's been kind of an offensive struggle for both teams here. I mean, Northview's got 13 points, and we're halfway through the second quarter here, and St. Mary's not much better.
Yeah, both these teams can light it up and get some high scoring, and both play good defense, but this has been a defensive battle. Hard to score when they let you play like that. And as we say that, a little ticky-tack inside. Van Proyen with the foul. And Jaden Savory, the senior, going to Michigan State. Tight end on the football team, scores it. He's got double figures, the only player in double figures. The senior, Jaden Savory, he's got the free throw line looking for the and one. Nothing but net. Savory with 11.
Okay.
Eaglets up 5, 4:30 left in the first half. Cats need a bucket badly. They have been struggling offensively, can't get good looks. There's a 3 ball on the way. Brady Swartz knocks down the 3. He's got 4 points. Cats have made 2 threes, one by Cam and one by Brady. Got a 3-point game. Savory gets to the basket. Awkward angled shot, couldn't get it to go, and Van Proyen with the rebound.
Great rotation there by Cam, forced them to take that shot off balance.
Willis in the open court gets all the way to the basket. Good basket right there in the open court by Anthony Willis. The sophomore blows by the Eaglets and gets the layup. Quick 5-point run right there by the Wildcats. Have cut it to 1. 3:42 left in the first half. Glad you could join us here at Aquinas College. 4th game of this showcase. We'll have scores for the other games for you at halftime on our scoreboard show. 3 ball on the way is no good by Newell from the left baseline. Swartz in the open court. Spin dribble. Going to get called for a travel. Tried to spin around the player. There's another player there double teaming. Anytime Brady and Cam get the basketball, they're used to getting double teamed. You throw another player at him, and he went to spin, and there was another player in the way.
Good transition defense by Orchard Lake St. Mary's there. He got back.
Tough, defensive, athletic, all kinds of athletes out on the court. And the showcase games, letting them play, players getting up in each other and kind of play on, and it's tough to score right now. 3 minutes left. They spread it, high pick and rolls. They got the floor spread. Sherron Barnes just kind of pounding the ball into the court. Now he blows by Cam Ryans, misses the left-handed layup. Had a really good look, did Barnes. Almost a turnover by Swartz. Coach Colbert saw what I saw as he's palming the basketball.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore in the game. Cam just did the same thing.
Cam Ryan's a little floater from 8 feet gets to go. Ryan's with 9. Cats back in the lead, 2019. Nice run here by the Cats, a little 7-0 run. Willis, as they get the feet tangled up, Barnes hits the floor hard. Willis down on the floor. As Barnes is very quick. I wouldn't want to be guarding Barnes. This dude is quick.
Quick and like off the dribble quick, you know. Willis is hurt a little bit.
And he's got the handles for the change of direction where you don't know which way he's going.
Right.
Still got Willis down on the ground. Northview, not a very deep basketball team. If you're not very familiar with Northview, usually play 7 guys a lot. And their starting 5 logs lots of minutes. The 2 reserves play occasionally some minutes. But it's those starting 5 more than most teams around the area log the most minutes. Coach Chana kind of been like that. Lets his starters play. Cats lead it by 1, 2:28. The Eaglets have the basketball underneath their own basket. Having trouble getting the ball in. They just get it in. Barnes misses the layup. As I look, it was going to be a 5 count. A frustration foul by Barnes after his missed layup. Comes back and reaches around and fouls Brady Swartz. Cats will have the ball out of bounds. They'll have to go 94 feet. 3rd team foul for Northview. 2nd team foul on St. Mary's, and I'll guarantee you there's been more than 5 fouls out there. But showcase games are right. They just let them play. Fans come here, don't want to watch a free throw shooting contest. Charity gets the ball to Ryans. Ryans gets in the lane. Double, triple teams. Gets it back out Charity. Charity, nothing doing from behind the arc. He's going to back it back out. Swartz to Van Proyen. They're swinging around. Nice play by Peyton Kemp getting in the passing lane, knocking that out of bounds. Northview will have it side out. 2:03 left in the first half. Cats lead it by 1. Cats started out leading, and then St. Mary's came roaring back. They got up 6 points or so, and now Northview has taken the lead back. Back and forth we go. 2 minutes left in the first half.
And Northview ran a nice little post option for Brady. I'd like to see maybe a little set coming up here to get a shot because they're kind of struggling with this continuity, not really getting good shots, and it's being challenged. And
Ryans gets all the way to the basket. He's challenged at the rim by 2 or 3 people, gets the call as he falls hard to the floor. Cam Ryans will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Cam only about a 63% free throw shooter on the year. One of the things as he keeps going can improve on. So good in so many areas of his game, but this is one where he leaves some money on the table here. So he rims that one in and out. Cam needs 10 more points to pass his assistant coach, Derek Brooks, for 3rd all-time scoring. He gets that 2nd free throw to go. Cam in double figures with 10. Savory with 11 for the Eaglets. Both these players in double figures on this floor. Going to get a foul on Van Proyen.
Van Proyen gets his fouls quick, doesn't he?
Another tight end on the champion football team for Northview. Got 2 good tight ends out here. Like contact. When they foul somebody, they act like they've never done anything. They're not used to that. Used to bowling people over. That's what their job is on the football field. Sherrod Barnes with the basketball.
He's switching all those ball screens. It's giving them St. Mary's some problems.
Jake Johnson, tough matchup with Barnes here. Much quicker, gets all the way to the basket, kicks out. He's swinging around. Kemp inside, nice pass, finds Barnes, couldn't get it to go. That was a ticky-tack, looked like inside. Going to get it on Izzy Atibu. As Barnes looked like he was going to get the easy one. He's going to have to earn him at the free throw line with 1:18 left here. Barnes looking to tie things up as they've been on a big scoring drought themselves, the Eaglets. Sherrod Barnes, the Western Michigan commit. going to be teammate of Brady Swartz. Back irons the free throw. Coming into the ball game, Aiden Hanks for the Eaglets. Going to be replacing Peyton Kemp here for the last 1:18 in this first half. Mateen Cleaves Jr. looking to check in for the Eaglets. Barnes knocks down the free throw. He's got 5 points. The Cats, 1 point lead and the basketball, the minute 18 left.
Mateen Cleaves Jr.'s body frame is not representative of his dad's body frame.
I guess he was 5'9" 7 months ago. Now he's 6'4".
Yeah,
had a
that's
growing
crazy.
spurt. He's only a freshman. Three ball on the way and nails it. Cam Ryans, his third three of the ball game. Northview's hit 4 threes. They're tough to beat when they get their three ball going. Nice pass inside. Bucket in there by Hanks, his first 2 of the ball game. Cuts the lead to 2. Northview has it. 45 seconds left in the half. Cats in their half-court offense. Swing it side to side. Ryans with the basketball. High pick and roll. Now he's going to drive baseline. Stops, pops. Short corner shot by Ryans. He's got 15. Cats lead it by 4. 23 seconds left in this entertaining first half. Number 10 in the state leading number 6 in the state. So just kind of playing around with the basketball up time. Zip Hines, Isaiah Hines, the senior. High pick and roll. He's going to stop pop from 17 feet. Nothing by net, but Hines, he gets to go pretty much at the buzzer.
Coach Shanna is not happy. They were supposed to switch on that, and he's going after someone. I won't say who it is, but he's definitely not going to get a Christmas card from Coach Shanna this year.
And Northview's going to take a 26-24 lead at the half as they outscore the Eaglets by 4 points in that second quarter. They were down 14-8 at the end of the first quarter, and now they find themselves up 2, so they outscored it by 8 in that second quarter, did the Wildcats. Come on back to the halftime show, the Tool Construction halftime show. And right after the MHSAA message, we'll recap this first half for you and go over the individual scoring in this ball game. Cats lead it 26-24 versus Orchard Lake St. Mary's, playing without the McDonald's All-American Trey McKinney. We'll be back.
Finalists for the Scholar Athlete Award are announced, and a couple of Hall of Famers met for the first time in 1958. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. The winners of the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, presented by Farm Bureau Insurance, will be announced starting next week. From the 1,513 applications received, 120 have been named finalists, and the top 32 will each receive a $2,000 scholarship. This is the 36th year of the Scholar Athlete Award, and during that time, Farm Bureau has handed out more than $1.1 million in scholarships to nearly 1,000 student athletes. The number of winners and size of the scholarships have grown over the years. 32 scholarships have been awarded since the 2005-2006 school year, and they've received $2,000 since 2022. Applicants must be graduating seniors during the current school year and carry an unrounded 3.5 on a 4.0 scale grade point average and have won a varsity letter in one of the 28 sports for which the MHSAA sponsors a postseason tournament. Candidates are judged on their academic, athletic, and other extracurricular accomplishments, plus community involvement, and a short essay on the importance of sportsmanship in educational athletics. The winners from Class C and Class D will be announced on February 4th. Class B winners will be announced the following week on February 11th, and the winners from Class A will be announced on February 18th. All announcements will be made on MHSAA.com, so be sure to check us out online to see who won. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Grand Rapids Northview's Brady Swartz. He hit a jumper as time expired to give the Wildcats a 57-55 win over South Christian. Swartz had 13 in the game. Millington's Brad Coleman scored 34 in a 56-52 win over Cass City, and became the school's all-time leading scorer in the process. He's up to 1,736 points and counting. And to the Dearborn-Fordson wrestling team, who narrowly defeated crosstown rival Dearborn in a KLAA East matchup.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
During a high school wrestling match, Wrestler A executes a takedown on Wrestler B near the edge of the mat. Wrestler A's foot/toe remain in contact with the mat inside the boundary line, while all of Wrestler B's body is outside of the boundary. Is the action considered inbounds, and should points be awarded for the takedown? Yes, a match is considered inbounds if at least 1 point of contact of either wrestler is inside or on the boundary line. In this scenario, Wrestler A's foot/toe in contact with the mat inside the boundary satisfies this requirement. Therefore, the takedown is valid, and Wrestler A should be awarded the appropriate points.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The 1958 Class A boys basketball final featured not one but two future Basketball Hall of Famers. Dave DeBuscher of Detroit Austin Catholic knocked off Chet Walker in Benton Harbor 71-68 to win the title that year. DeBuscher scored 32 for Austin, while Walker had 25 for the Tigers. It was the first time the two squared off against one another before both had long NBA careers. They were both selected in the 1962 NBA draft, DeBuscher by the Pistons and Walker by the Syracuse Nationals. They were both named to the NBA All-Rookie team in 1963. Walker won an NBA title with the Philadelphia 76ers, while DeBuscher won two playing for the New York Knicks. Walker was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. DeBuscher was inducted in 1983. DeBuscher also pitched for the Chicago White Sox for 2 seasons, making him one of 13 to ever play in both the NBA and Major League Baseball. To read more about the careers of two legendary basketball players who starred at Michigan high schools, please check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
And we're back here at Aquinas College. Mike Diebold, Rob Roloff's on the call this evening. Northview got out to a quick lead on Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but then St. Mary's fought back, and they ended up leading after the first quarter 14-8. And then Northview outscored them 18-10 in that second quarter, and Northview leads at 26-24 at the half. Individual scoring first for the 9-6 Eaglets, 6th rated in the state. Sherrod Barnes with 5 points, Zip Hines with 6, Aiden Hanks with 2, and high point man for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Jaden Savory, the MSU commit, going to tight end on their state championship football team. Jaden Savory with 11 points. For the Northview Wildcats, Izzy Hatibu with 3, Anthony Willis with 2, Jake Johnson with 2, Brady Swartz averaging 26 a game with 4 first half points, and that was a 3-ball and then a free throw. Cam Ryans has hit 3 threes in that first half. He's got 15 points. He is 4 points away of breaking Derek Brooks' 1,086 points in his career, and third all-time at Northview, as Cam Ryans is chasing Kyler Vanderjack for Northview is second, and then one more than that is Darren Kaputska. So Cam, most certainly, he's only a junior. If he doesn't get it this year, probably end up having to get it early next year, his senior year, to be the all-time leading scorer in Northview history. And speaking of all-time leading scorers in school history, for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Trey McKinney, the U of M commit, their all-time leading scorer in the history of their school. He's in warm-ups, but he is not playing in this ball game. And Coach, your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, it's, like we mentioned, it's kind of a defensive struggle. Both teams are playing physically. The officials are letting them play a little bit. St. Mary's is playing not a box and one, but they are not helping off of Brady. When the ball goes away from Brady, they are staying right next to him, which is preventing Brady to get some, maybe some offensive rebound scores or, just making it tough for Brady to score. That's obvious. The kid scores 47 points and 50 points. They're going to give him some special attention. So, as I mentioned before, I'd like to see some of the support players maybe, take some opportunities to score. Maybe, like I said, Willis hitting a three or maybe Tubu with an offensive rebound and a putback. I mean, we're going to need something offensively here but it's a 2-point game. And we'll be fine. Just continue to play great defense, maybe get some offense from some stops, get some transition going. But, yeah, we got to do something offensively here in the second half to get some more opportunities to score.
Orchard Lake St. Mary is a boys and girls school in the suburbs of northern Detroit area. They're on the same campus, the boys and girls, but they're in separate buildings, though, on that campus. Beautiful campus there, northern part of Detroit. And one of the players, a freshman that we were talking about, Mateen Cleaves Jr., the famous dad, Mateen Cleaves Sr., that won the 2000 championship for Tom Izzo in the year 2000, was down at that ball game. And we had the motor home down there, and I was with the late Ken Clemens and the late Gary Hustler, two Northview coaches, and Ken, a Northview administrator, assistant principal at the high school. Both of them have passed away in recent years, but I remember the RV across from the RCA Dome, and when the game was about over, we didn't go into the game. We're watching it on TV outside at the motorhome. As the game was getting over, we take the motorhome, go to the team hotel afterwards as they're coming in, and Mateen Cleaves comes in on his crutches as he hurt his ankle in that game. Right. Came back into the ball game later on, but he's on crutches coming into that. So we celebrated with the Spartans, as you couldn't find two bigger Spartan.
Oh my God, those two.
Hessler and Clemens, and we had quite an evening. Our wives were with us. It was a lot of fun.
Well, Gary was my JV coach, and he was, and Ken actually was my JV coach one year as well. Those guys, they bled green and white, that's for sure.
Mateen Cleave Jr. not playing a whole lot in this ball game, especially with Trey McKinney out. Like we said, he's a freshman, and I guess he grew, 9-10 inches in about 7 months. So
I did that too, unfortunately, in the wrong ways. My waistline, I think, grew that fast.
Sherrod Barnes with the basketball.
Nice.
And a nice underneath basket reverse layup by Luke Crichton gets his first 2 points of the game. He's the baseball player, going to play at Indiana University. A lot of these athletes, football, baseball, basketball, going to be playing at the next level. Probably 6 or 7 of them out here on this floor.
Charity starting there for Willis, and Willis's injury must be something that's going to keep him out, obviously.
And Anthony Willis turned his ankle late in that, and so Charity gets the start here for him. So Cats lose their starting point guard. Get a
legal screen.
Legal screen by Izzy Atibu. Has got a tie ball game, 26-26. As Orchard Lake St. Mary's draws first blood. Crichton with the reverse layup with a nice find by Barnes. And with 7 minutes left in the third quarter, we got a tie ball game. Two top-rated teams in the state going at it here at the 2K25 Showcase. 3-ball from the left baseline is no good by Zip Hines.
By Jackson there.
Swartz with the rebound. Swartz with the push in the open court. Passes it left side, and 2 turnovers by Northview. Charity not aware where he was on the court, stepping out of bounds. A couple sloppy plays offensively for the Wildcats here, not getting shots up at the basket. Barnes with the basketball for the Eaglets. Tie ball game. 6:50 left in the third quarter. Barnes all the way to the basket. Swartz partially blocked, comes away with the rebound. Swartz, good defense right there, and the much quicker Barnes. Going to be teammates next year. Ryans dribble drives. Barnes going to get the foul on Ryans. They've come out calling this a little tighter here in the third quarter all of a sudden. 6:37 left in the third quarter. Charity takes the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Hatibu gets it top of the key. Sagging way off of Hatibu. Swartz now has it. He is being hounded by Crichton. Crichton's been kind of just almost denying Swartz, leading scorer for Northview at 26 a game.
Yeah, he's not playing traditional help side defense. As I mentioned in the first half there, when the ball's away from Swartz, he's not leaving him. He's staying right in his pants with him. Getting frustrating Brady a little bit. They're starting to hand fight away from the ball, and Brady's got to keep his composure. He'll get his opportunities.
Got another whistle. Barnes with the foul. Peyton Kemp comes in for him. That's 4 fouls on Sherrod Barnes. That's a big play right there. Ball's knocked out of bounds. There's a scrum. They haven't really decided what's going on here. What'd they signal?
That's the Northview ball.
Northview ball. They just let it go out of bounds. Northview will have the basketball underneath their own basket. They get it along the 1-4 low baseline that they quite often do. They get it into Swartz. Swartz behind the three-point arc. Creighton guarding him. Swartz up.
There you go.
Scores it. Gets the continuation. And Brady Swartz, only 4 points on the ball game, gets his 6th point of the game. He'll go to the free throw line looking for the and one.
Yeah, anybody who's ever played basketball has heard this before. Let the game come to you, and I think that's what Brady's got to do right here. It's kind of I wouldn't say a junk defense, but it's a defense that's traditionally not played against him. And he's just got to look for his opportunities like he did there and take advantage of it.
Swartz looking for the and one. Knocks it down. He's got 7 points. A good free throw shooter for Northview in the mid-70s, like he was last year. Cats lead it by 3. Eaglets have the basketball. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, Mike Diebold, Rob Roloff's on the call. Got a good one here. Number 10 versus number 6. Stops and pops and knocks it down. Zip Hines, he's got 8 points. Cats up 1. Van Proyen, a rare 3, just short, no good. Ryans, there's a scrum, comes away with it. Ryans up, going to get the foul called. As Ryans, as you're probably hearing Coach Todd Covert yelling, that's a foul. He's all over the officials right now, thinking that Northview fouled first, but Cam Ryans is going to be going to the free throw line. And Coach Covert giving the officials an earful right now. Ryans knocks down the free throw. He's got 16. His next, if he makes this free throw, he will tie his assistant coach for 3rd all-time leading scorer in the history of Northview. In and out. Bucket's going to have to wait a little bit. Derek Brooks still the 3rd leading scorer at Northview. Cats lead it by 2, 30-28, 5:20 left in the third quarter. Zip Hines has the basketball in between the circles, high pick and roll, trying to get it into Savory.
Good defense by Northview there, yeah.
Good first half. Calling about the high pick and roll, good switching, and that time Van Proyen not fast enough to keep up with the much smaller and quicker Peyton Kemp, the senior, for the Eaglets. 3rd foul on Jack Van Proyen.
Yeah, Northview did a great job there. It's a high ball screen at the top, and the first time they ran it, they switched it, and then they went right back to it. St. Mary's did, and they hedged it. So 2 different ways to defend the screen, and they communicated really well. It was a really good, impressive defense.
Thomas in the ball game for Van Proyen for Northview. High Glasser, nice move. Zip Hines is feeling it a little bit here in the third quarter, scoring. Very tough in the open court, very quick. We got a tie ball game here. Brady Swartz shot under all kinds of pressure, gets it to go. What a shot by Brady Swartz in traffic. Feet were kind of all messed up with his jump stop and got elevated with his feet awkward and got it to go. Cats by 2. Zip Hines being checked by Charity. Ryans checking Kemp. The senior. Kemp drives the basket. Thomas slides over for the charge. Nice job, Tyrus Thomas. Coming over and taking one in the chest by Peyton Kemp. Big play right there by Thomas. As you mentioned, some of these.
Call the block.
They called the block. He
called
came
the block.
out saying charged was the signal first. Looked right at him. What the? That might be Covert getting in the ear of the official down here a little bit. But that's going the other way. That's going to go on Thomas. Huge call right there.
You can tell something's wrong because even the players are kind of confused as what's going on.
Aiden Hanks, they're going to say, scored it and gets the and one. Huge call right there. Looked like Thomas took the charge.
Yeah, the wrong score again.
And we got the score. We'll see it at the scores table. Even the scores, not very good officiating right there, letting the table know what's going on and getting the correct score going. And he came out with the signal that it was the wrong call. Anthony Willis, good to see, coming back to the scores table. Going to try to tough it out. The sophomore point guard for Northview. As Charity's running the show at point now. Ryan's all the way to the basket. He's going to get fouled in the act of shooting. He'll be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Cats down 1, looking to take the lead with a couple throws here by Cam Ryans.
Apparently, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, they don't get a lot of fouls called on them.
Coach Covert not believing the calls here.
He just got one.
Yeah, exactly. Ryans misses the free throw. Cam looking with this free throw to tie his assistant coach, Derek Brooks, for the 3rd all-time leading scorer at Northview with 1,086 points, and he misses that one.
You've jinxed him a couple times.
Actually, they are tied right now. He'll break the record with 17. So he's tied with his assistant coach now. Yeah, that's about what Cam does. He's at times struggles at the free throw line. He'll knock 4 or 5 down in a row and then miss 3 or 4 or 5 in a row. Kind of what he's been doing all season.
I don't know if you've noticed this, Mike, but Orchard St. Mary, not a three-point shooting team. Like, they are all about driving.
They got the quickness to do it. Hines gets all the way into the basket. Euro steps his way away. Now misses, come back the other way. Ryans puts up a quick 3 for Northview in the open court. Back irons it, no good. There's Kemp all the way to the basket. Swartz gets a piece of that block, and we're up and down right now. Swartz with the block, now gets down the floor, and he goes the other way and gets to the free throw line. He does that so well. Quite often, he will block a shot at one end, and he will either get a dunk or a free throw or a score at the other end.
That's transition. Sudden change. You go from defense to offense.
Got the long strides, and he can get down the floor in a hurry.
And it's amazing how kids seem to run faster when they go from defense to offense, when they instead of going the other way around. Offense to defense, they don't seem to sprint as much.
Mateek Cleaves Jr. looking to check into the ball game. Has not played a lot in this one, as it looks like he's going to be checking in for Jaden Savory, giving him a little breather. As Brady Swartz to the free throw line. He's got 9 points on the evening. Now double figures as he knocks down the first free throw. We got a tie ball game at 33 with 3:18 left in the 3rd quarter. Savory out of the ball game. Cleaves Jr. into the ball game. I think the junior Cleaves might be able to get a little point guard tutoring at home a little bit.
Be.
Swartz misses the second free throw. Got a tie ball game, 33 all. We get a timeout called by Todd Covert. He doesn't like what things are heading right here, right now, and he called for a timeout with 3:12 left. 33-33. We're going to take a timeout. We got a good one here at Aquinas College at the 2K25 Showcase. check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. We are all knotted up here. Orchard Lake St. Mary, 6th in the state. Northview, 10th in the state of Michigan. 33-33, 3:12 left in the third quarter, and we got a good one.
Yeah, Brady's stepped up a little bit. He's got some buckets here in the third quarter. He's got probably, 7 or 8 maybe in this quarter, somewhere in there, which is good. So
6 points this quarter. Yep. Cam Ryans with 16 for the game. Brady Swartz with 10 leads Northview. Zip Hines with 10. And Jaden Savory with 11, all in the first half. Savory with 11 first half points has not scored. Gotten a little bit of foul trouble here in the second half.
Charity's back in for Willis at point. Looks like Willis tried it. Maybe they're limiting his minutes a little bit.
Charity back in for Willis. Just joined us. Anthony Willis, the sophomore point guard for the Wildcats. Does a good job running the show. Not a big scorer for the Cats, but he does a good job of running the show. Is injured with a bad ankle that he got in this quarter, earlier in this quarter. 2:55 left. Cleves with the basketball. They're just kind of swinging the ball around the perimeter. Now they got a backdoor cut, turnover.
Playing a little bit of a Princeton offense where they're spreading it out and trying to backdoor because Northview's denying so hard. One pass away. Out
of the timeout, Crichton went backdoor, but got the ball knocked away. Swartz with a deep three, couldn't get that one to go. Kemp's going to dribble drive. He backs it back out, gets it inside to Cleves. Cleves can't score the 2-footer under duress, though. So he was trapped underneath the backboard, did not have a good angle, did Cleves. Couldn't get it to go. Did draw a rim with it, but couldn't get it to go. Thomas will take it out for Northview.
He did a nice job running the floor, but when he got to the scoring area, he kind of got too far underneath the basket. When he caught it, he was like, hadn't really much to do with it.
Ryans being checked by Hines. Hines will play at the next level, but uncommitted right now as Cam jacks up a three. Couldn't get it to go, and away come the Eaglets with the basketball.
Not sure if Coach Shannon was real happy with that shot attempt there.
Yeah, 2 quick threes by Northview. And they didn't go in, and so now they're back playing defense. Almost a steal by Johnson. A 3 ball on the way from the right baseline is no good by Kemp. And Ryans with the rebound for Northview. He's going to go coast to coast. No one really picked him up. Through contact, gets it to go. And with that basket,
timeout Northview.
Northview calls timeout, but with that basket, Cam Ryans is still having trouble getting up off the floor. He is up. He's okay. But Cam Ryans with that basket right there is now the 3rd all-time leading scorer at Northview. Just past his assistant coach, Derek Brooks, who played in the 06 season. Now he's got about 400 more to go to get up to Kyler Vanderjack, who is in a Final Four for Northview, playing at Central Michigan right now. Started out at Belmont. And then 1 point after that, Kyler missed it by 1 point to tie the all-time leading scorer in that Final Four game a few years ago. It's Darren Kaputska, former coach. Mike Kaputska has got like 12 years in at Northview, the longest tenured coach at Northview. His son is the all-time leading scorer, about 400 points away. But congratulations, Cam Ryans, 3rd all-time leading scorer in Northview history.
Like you said, I mean, that's a pretty well-established basketball program. There's some really good players that have come through that program. So that's a huge accomplishment.
And he's got a whole nother year and he will, barring an injury, become the all-time leading scorer in Northview history. Brady Swartz graduates from this team. Jake Johnson, Julian Charity, but Northview's got a lot returning, got a lot of young players on this basketball team, and they got a really good young one, and 8th grader now will probably play as a freshman next year for Northview. 3 ball from the left corner, no good, but there's Cleves with an offensive rebound. Gets it over to Hines. 3-ball on the way. No good. Push down the floor. Swartz. A lot of contact. Great catch by Swartz in traffic. All kinds of.
Yeah, that looked like a wide receiver.
That would have been a flag on pass interference had that been football. He didn't get the call, but he finally does get the call. And Brady will go to the free throw line because Orchard Lake St. Mary's is over the limit. They're 15 fouls, so Brady will be shooting 2. Misses the first free throw. He's missed his last couple. Cats have left their last 5 free throws between Cam and Brady. Close games. You can't be missing. The last 5, those 2 have missed. Brady knocks this one down. He's got 11 points. Brady Swartz, 50 points. A Northview record, single game record against Wyoming about a month ago, and he plays Wyoming on Tuesday. Hines. Step back, 17-footer over Swartz, got it. Zip Hines knocks it down. He's got 12. Cats lead it by 1. 54 seconds left in the third. All kinds of pressure. Got pushed. Going to call over and back.
Wow.
Usually when you get shoved over the half-court line, it's usually a foul. But it's called over and back, so the turnover on Charity. Huge missed call right there. That was an obvious call. Goes against the Wildcats. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Kemp will take the basketball out of bounds. Gets it to Zip Hines. He'll run the show, being checked by the much taller Brady Swartz at 6'7". Now Charity has to switch off. Ryans going to get it away from the basketball.
Foul on Northview there, Jackson.
Jake Johnson with the foul. Away from the basketball. Gets called for the hold underneath.
Yeah, he's trying to fight over the top, defending the post there, and he got kind of caught behind.
Orchard Lake St. Mary has the ball underneath their own basket, so Coach Todd Culvert's going to draw up an out-of-bounds play, see if he can carve up the Wildcats here and get a big bucket with 37 seconds left in this third quarter. Cats lead it by 1. We'll be right back. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. So here's where you put your man-to-man inbounds breaker in. See if you can carve them up for a layup when teams play man, which Northview does out of bounds. They will switch a lot out of it. Orchard Lake St. Mary's has the ball underneath their own basket. Looking to inbound is Kemp.
Yeah, they tried to pin.
And they do. Get it inside. Savory with a little 2-footer. Nice job by Todd Covert calling the timeout, drawing out an inbounds play. And he just muscled his way in, and Northview turns it over, coming back the other way.
Talked about transition defense earlier, and that was an example of good transition defense.
By St. Mary's. They'll hold for the last shot. Zip Hines, the senior, is going to get a high pick and roll by Jaden Savory, who just scored that last bucket out of that timeout. Hines now, Ryans with the challenge. Nothing but net, though. Great defense by Ryans. Better offense by Hines as he gets the shot to go at the buzzer, nothing but net. And Orchard Lake St. Mary's is going to take a 39-36 at the end of 3-point lead going into the fourth quarter. We'll be right back to the conclusion of this basketball game. Frames Unlimited with many locations, the nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. And we are back. Cats led most of that third quarter, find themselves down as some missed free throws, some turnovers, and some clutch plays by Orchard Lake St. Mary's. They've taken a 3-point lead heading into the final stanza.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, everybody's disappointed that Trey McKinney didn't play, but I'm kind of watching him on the bench over there, and I'm impressed. He's helping out his teammates. He's grabbing water for his teammates. He's grabbed a clipboard for his coach. Sometimes when these kids are that type of Power 5 type of players, they tend to be a little bit into themselves. But that's impressive that he's that engaged with his teammates and his team, that even though he's not playing, he's still there.
Northview will have the basketball. Willis back into the ball game. They tried his go a little bit, and he came out. Now he's back in, trying again. Van Proyen with the basketball. Hatibu over to Ryans. Looking to get it inside to Swartz. As Crichton's just shoving him off the block down below. Ryan stops, pops halfway down, couldn't get it to go. And the Eaglets with the ball.
Real good defensive possession for St. Mary's there. That was real nice.
Cats had a good look, though, out of it. Good patience, and he got a decent look, did Cam. Halfway down, rims in and out. Kemp gets the ball over to Hines. Hines inside to Savory against Van Proyen. Two tight ends going at it, and Savory gets the best of that one. He's got 15. They are starting to just get the rock inside to Savory on the low block. That's the game plan right now by Coach Culver. 5-point lead by St. Mary's. Northview's led the majority of this game, but it's been close all the way.
Van Proyen battling it over there away from the ball, boy.
Gets it inside to Ryans. Van Proyen, 3-ball on the way, top of the key, banks it in. The bank is open. And just how you draw it up, Van Proyen off the glass. And we got a 2-point game. Big bucket right there by Van Proyen. I don't care how it went in. That's a big bucket. Zip Hines behind the back, stops, pops from 15, can't get it to go. Swartz with the rebound for the Cats. Ryans with the push into the lane, gets all the way to the basket. He's got fouled. It's going to be on the ground. Northview will have the basketball underneath their own basket. Northview's ball out of bounds. They call out the out of bounds play. They run a 1-4 set spread across the low block most of the time. And they're in it again. I'd like to see Northview come up with a few more different sets out of their out of bounds underneath and carve some people out who play man to man.
You were always a box guy in the out of bounds play.
Yeah, man to man, I did a lot of different sets and a lot of back picking. Back in the day when you could set a back pick.
Yeah.
Swartz has it. He's being checked. Wow, all kinds of just got absolutely mugged in there by Crichton. They're going to say it was on the floor. Could have called the first foul, second foul, fourth foul.
Yeah, he could have fouled out on that one drive.
And Coach Todd Colbert just continually complaining about the officiating. You couldn't get five
he literally
free
committed 3 fouls on the drive.
I know. The coach is up in arms about it.
Maybe he was upset about the second foul that he didn't get called for.
Cats down 2, 6:08. Another out-of-bounds play for Northview. Ryans an open 3, right wing, right in front of the bench, and Cam Ryans knocks it down. He's got 21, and Cats back in the lead, 42-41. 5:55 to go in this one.
Willis is back in at point 2.
What a ball game here. 2 heavyweights in Division I. Savory runs over Ryans. Nice play by Cam Ryans. Slid over. Savory kind of just didn't think he had anybody behind him. Just ran him completely over. Cam gives up his body, takes the charge, and a big call right there. Cam knocks down a 3 at this end, takes a charge at the other end.
That was a great defensive play. The post defender, that I can't remember who it was fighting over the top and didn't get there, and Cam came from weak side. I mean, you don't put that one on tape. You could teach that at a clinic in terms of how to play help side post defense.
Gave up his body. The big man, Savory, is a big boy, and just drilled him right in the chest. Cats with the basketball, up one. Zip Hines, a lot of pressure on Willis. Willis doing a good job of taking care of the ball. Van Proyen gets it over to Hatibu. They swing it around. Ryans, who's feeling it, drives in the lane, gets it to Hatibu, couldn't handle it. Like to see Cam maybe just he's the hot hand, keep going, but he tried to thread the needle into Hatibu in the crowd. I don't think Hatibu saw it too well, and it goes out of bounds. Just over 5 minutes left in this one. Cats up one. Zip Hines in and out from the 15-footer from the right. Al couldn't get it to go. It got a great look, no one around him. Ryans now gets it over Van Proyen. They swing it around, back to Ryans, top of the key, high pick and roll. Ryans back to Van Proyen. Van Proyen, baseline jumper, 12-footer, no good, a little long. And there's Barnes for the rebound. Had to take that shot, it was open. And Todd Colbert with another timeout. They got 2 left. Does St. Mary's, Northview with 3 left. We're going to stay right here. We'll kind of recap this for you. Cats lead it by 1. Low scoring, 42-41. Defensive, athletic, hard fought, hard to score because there's a lot of contact on everything. But it's been pretty consistent both ways. But 4:44 left in this one, and it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, it's been a fun game to watch. Not aesthetically pleasing from a basketball standpoint, so offensively, but competitive, hard. Kids are playing hard. For the most part. So I mean, it's been fun, and the last 4.5 or so minutes here will obviously determine the outcome.
Cats up 1, leading scorer Cam Ryans with 21 as he has knocked down 4 threes in this one and has moved into 3rd place all-time leading scorer in Northview history, passing his assistant coach on the bench there with him, Derek Brooks. Brady Swartz with 11 for Northview, and for the Eaglets, Jaden Savory, who had 11 at the half, now has 15. He's got the last couple buckets here for St. Mary's. And Zip Hines, Isaiah Hines, the senior, has yet to commit, but he'll play at the next level. He's got 14 points for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, who has the basketball. And Sherrod Barnes had 5 first-half points, has not scored in the second half, been in a little bit of foul trouble.
Northview's in a little 1-2-2, kind of a half-court trap.
Barnes, they get it inside to Hines. Nice feed by Savory. The little guy gets caught inside. He scores it. He's got 16. He's now the leading scorer for Orchard Lake St. Mary.
That was a nice little baseline pin down that they ran for him.
And with that, Hines bucket puts the Eaglets back in the lead, 43-42, 4:16 left in this one. Might have another 4 overtime game. Last Saturday, Northview versus Lima, Ohio. 4 overtimes, and Northview got beat in the 4th overtime, ran out of gas, and got beat by double figures in the 4th overtime. But that was a heck of a ball game, an instant classic. Northview gets it inbounded. Cam Ryans now has it, gives it top of the key. Jake Johnson trying to pick with Cam. Cam gives the ball up. Brady Swartz has it, top of the key. Back to Jake Johnson to Cam Ryans. Cam on the left wing. Hatibu, top of the key. Brady Swartz. Northview just running some clock here, being patient with the basketball. There's Cam, dribble drive all the way to the basket. A lot of contact, no call. Coach Chana can't believe it. No call. And Zip Hines going the other way. He'll back it back out, being checked by Hatibu. Now they get it over to Barnes. In between the circles, Cam Ryans guarding him. 3:30 left in this one. Eaglets up 1 and the basketball. Barnes drives by Johnson. Johnson with the block, a big block off him. What a play by Jake Johnson. Got blown by Barnes, didn't give up. Blocks the shot from behind off Barnes' head, goes out of bounds. Jake Johnson, what a play. Jake takes it out. Huge play right there by Jake, giving Northview the basketball. Cats down 1 with the basketball. Just over 3 minutes left in this one. Ryans to Willis. The hobbled ankle right now. Gets it to Swartz. Swartz Johnson now to Ryans. Ryans right wing, dribbles into the lane. Stops, pops short, no good, can't get it to go. They got Swartz buckled up as Crichton is doing a nice job on him. And Swartz is having trouble getting anything off the dribble like he normally does. Swartz only 11 points in this ball game. Isn't taking the ball to the basket like he normally is. Crichton's doing a nice job on him. There's Sherrod Barnes quick as lightning. Gets all the way to the basket. Finishes with his right hand on the left side. 3-point lead now for the Eaglets. Cam Ryans, short corner, a little shot, some contact. Ryans will be going to the free throw line. They're going to get the foul on Axel Newell. So Ryans missed his last 3 free throws.
That's 5, I think.
That's 5 on Newell.
Yep.
Axel Newell, the senior.
That's the same move Cam kind of made the last possession where he didn't get a call, and now he got the call here, and St. Mary's coach is trying to find out why, which he's not going to get an answer to.
So Axel Newell, quarterback on the football team, will be playing at Tiffin. He comes out of the ball game having fouled out. 2:20 left in this one. Cats find themselves down 3. Cam Ryans going to the free throw line to shoot 2. 2 of 6 at the line today. 62% free throw shooter, knocks it down. He's got 22, leading scorer in this game. Zip Hines leads St. Mary's with 16. Savory has 15. Cam with 2 big free throws right there, knocks them both down. Cam with 23. Cats down 1. Eaglets with the basketball. 2:14 left. Sherrod Barnes gets it across the timeline, being checked by Swartz. Teammates next year at Western Michigan University checking each other right now.
Yeah, we're spreading it for him.
Barnes is playing around with the basketball. He's going to get a little cheap one up top by Swartz, trying to check Barnes. Stops the clock, 1:56 left. Only the first team foul for Northview. They got 3 to give. And being down 1, they can be extra aggressive right here. And who cares if you foul? Just get some traps, get some tight traps, get aggressive, looking for turnovers. Savory tries to score. We get a blocking call on Cam Ryans as the feed came from Crichton, who's played a good game, not scoring a whole lot, only got 2 points, but he has held Brady Swartz in check defensively. The baseball player for Indiana University commit. He's done a well of a game right there. A nice feed inside to get Savory to the free throw line.
What do we got here? We got a timeout?
Yeah, coach is over here coaching up. I don't know if there's moisture on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, moisture on the floor. So while they're waiting, Coach Covert's got them huddled up.
Which is fine as long as the players stay on the floor. They can't come off the floor.
So going to the free throw line, Jaden Savory. Good free throw shooter. He's 5 of 5 at the free throw line in this ball game. 15 points. If he knocks them both down, he can give his team a 3-point lead with 1:49 left and to be the leading scorer on his team. Hines with 16, Savory with 15. 2 big free throws here for the senior. Jaden knocks it first one down. Good player.
It's interesting that they did this in the first half too. They don't put, St. Mary's don't put any players in for offensive rebounding. They got all 4 guys back.
Savory rattles that one in and out. That was halfway down, comes out. 2-point game. 2-point lead for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Northview with the basketball. Willis has it way away from the basket. Gets it to Swartz. Swartz being checked by Crichton. And now we're going to get a foul as they've been bodying up Swartz all game long.
Yeah, he's had to work hard. It's kind of, we mentioned that earlier in the game. He's going to have to work for what he gets.
Now is when you make them pay because they're over the limit.
Yep.
So now Brady, a good free throw shooter, 75% at the line, gets it with no time coming off the clock. 1:34 left. Brady has been shooting mediocre today, 3 of 6 at the line. in this ball game. A 75% free throw shooter, averages 27 points per game, only 11 in this one.
Kind of mentioned how these games prepare you for the districts and for the regionals and so forth. Well, this is, Brady's not a secret. People know he scored 50 and 47 and averaging, 26 a game. He's going to get this type of attention in the tournament. He's got to know how to kind of power through it, and I think he's done that today.
Brady made the first free throw. Got them both. Huge free throws right there by Brady Schwartz. We got a tie ball game. Minute 29. More overtime in the future here. Cats, last time they played on this court, had a 4 overtime game against Lima Senior of Ohio. Hines being checked by Hatibu. Hines stops, pops short, no good. Ball scrummed, knocked away. Officials get together and they signal Orchard Lake St. Mary's ball. So they'll have the basketball underneath their own basket. Coach Covert all over the officials. Every little call he's begging for. As Team Cleves going to get a timeout as the ball was inbounded. Coach Covert saw that they were having some trouble. The ball was actually released by the time the official had called timeout. So Orchard Lake St. Mary's will have the basketball underneath their own basket with the basketball, and out of bounds play, which they carved up last time they carved Northview up with their man defense as they got Savory in there. The big guy kind of muscled his way in and kind of boxed somebody out and got it on the other side of the basket. See what they draw up here. 46 all, 111 left in this one. St. Mary's has the basketball underneath their own basket. Coach Todd Covert calls timeout. I'm sure he drew up an out-of-bounds play. And see if they can get the ball into Savory again on the low block. He's a load to handle.
One thing to consider here, St. Mary's has only one timeout left here.
Cleves takes the ball out of bounds.
Play again.
There's Savory, almost that exact same play. They're going to give foul. Savory, a good free throw shooter, was just there. Only split it. Actually, that was a foul to give. Good foul. I forgot about that. They got one more foul to give, does Northview. So 1:11 left in the game. Cats with one more foul to give. Out of bounds, having trouble getting it in. Might get a 5 count.
That's their last one.
And he had to get a timeout. Mateen Cleves Jr. I thought maybe a possible 5 count, but he gets the timeout just in time. And the last timeout for St. Mary's. Northview has 3 left.
That's a smart play for a freshman to have that type of wherewithal to know that, hey, right now it's a tie game and a possession is more important than the timeout, although they are now done with timeouts.
And so St. Mary's will have it underneath their own basket again, trying an out-of-bounds play. Northview with a foul to give.
I think in that situation, if that's in the first quarter or middle of the second quarter, you maybe take the 5-second call and D up, but because at that point, the timeouts are more important. But with a minute to go in a tie game, you don't want to give up possession of the ball.
As they are doing everything they can to get the ball into Savory. Jaden Savory, a Michigan State commit for football. Tight end on the football team, state championship. St. Mary's team trying to win a state championship in football and basketball in the same year. Mateen Cleves Juniors will be taking it out.
There's a diagonal screen coming here.
Again, having trouble getting it in. Mateen does get it way up top to Savory. Good job, Northview, not giving up an easy one. And Sherrod Barnes will back it out. 1 minute left in this one. Tie ball game. Barnes has the ball, being checked by future teammate. And we got a foul as he blew by Swartz, who was guarding him. Going to see if that was in the act of shooting. They're going to say it was.
So that's too bad.
Sherrod Barnes going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
When you got a foul to give, you don't want to foul on a shot because that defeats the purpose of having a foul to give.
Hatibu with the foul, his 4th foul. Northview 3 timeouts left. Orchard Lake St. Mary does not have any timeouts. 57.3 seconds left. 46 all, and Sherrod Barnes going to the free throw line. Only 1 of 3 at the line today. He's got 7 points today. Big free throws here for Barnes.
Long.
Misses the free throw. Now 1 of 4. It's in his head a little bit here. Pressure's on. 1 of 4 at the line. He's got another one. Tie game. Swartz and Hatibu switch sides. Now we switch again. As Savory keeps switching, Northview keeps switching. So they got to decide who gets. They're dancing in the middle of the lane here.
Yeah.
With the official. They want a certain person. They want Ryans. Can't. Savory. They're done dancing now in the free throw lane.
Playing musical chairs over here.
35-second dance. Barnes, one more free throw, can take the lead. Got it. Barnes with 8 points. Big free throw there. Cats down 1. 53 seconds left. Willis with the basketball for Northview. 3 timeouts left for Northview. Coach doesn't like to take a lot of timeouts. He likes to just do it off the floor. We'll see what happens here. Cam Ryan saved a turnover. Get it inside Swartz. Swartz baseline drive, shot up, baseline no good. Hatibu knocked the ball away. Officials getting together. They're going to say Northview's ball. That might have went Northview way. Looked like Hatibu knocked that down, but it's going to be Northview basketball underneath their own basket. Coach not calling a timeout to try to draw something up for Northview. He's got 3 left. They're just going to run a play without the timeout. They get it into Hatibu. Swartz, 3-ball, whistle before the shot. Going to get a foul. Who's the foul going to be on? Going to be on
5.
Northview, 5 on the screen. A call away from the ball. You don't like to see that in this kind of game. Away from the ball, they call a foul on Anthony Willis with an illegal screen way away from where the play was going on. And
He's got to play good D here.
St. Mary's has the basketball. Sherrod Barnes gets it across the timeline. 26 seconds left. Willis with the foul. So they run into the table. Barnes runs into his coach. And we're going to be shooting some free throws, as that's the 5th foul for Northview, and the 5th foul on Willis.
5 on Willis, yeah.
24.9 seconds left. St. Mary's with a 1-point lead. And Sherrod Barnes will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2s. Northview's over the limit. Tyrus Thomas coming into the ball game for the fouled out Anthony Willis, who's not happy about that call away from the ball. Illegal screen after all this muggings that have been going on. You don't call that late in the game.
Unusual call for sure.
Back iron, no good by Barnes.
Ends up working in their favor.
So Northview can win it with a 3, can tie it with the bucket if Barnes knocks this next one down. Cats with 3 timeouts left. See if Coach Chana uses the timeout or he's just going to play on. He's got a bunch of them in his pocket. Got the free throw, did Barnes. He's got 9 points. 2-point lead, 48-46. St. Mary's with the lead. Northview with the basketball. Ryans across the timeline. 17 seconds left. Ryan's dribble drive, spin dribble, gets in the lane, goes up, all kinds of contact, no call. Coach Channel beside himself, as he should be. An absolute mauling, 2-3 guys on him. And we get a east side of the state call. Coach Chana just could not believe it. All kinds of contact on Cam Ryans. And now a Northview with the fall.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants the kids to decide the game, but when there's a foul, you got to call foul.
Coach Chana, beside himself, calls timeout. He's out talking to the officials, and he should. Coach Colbert,
after the tic-tac foul
in his ear all game long. Chana hasn't said much at all. Same official with the 2 calls. The no call on Cam Ryans, going up, getting mugged by 3 people 4 feet from the basket. Nothing called. And then the cheap one on Anthony Willis on away from the ball screen, trying to free up a teammate. A pick hasn't been called in the entire game. And showcase games especially, and hard-fought games like this, you don't want officials deciding the game like that at the end of the game. I'm done with my rant.
No, you're on it. Yeah, I'm with you.
So they go to 94 feet, and they'll be shooting 2 free throws. Our St. Mary's with the 2-point lead and 7.9 seconds left in this one. Cats have nothing to be ashamed of. And to the free throw line, Jaden Savory, who has missed his last one there, been good on the night. Hit his first 7. And the MSU commit looking to put the nail in the coffin on this one. He's got the first 3-point lead. Another timeout by Coach Channer.
So here's a strategy thing here. So it's a 3-point game. So if he hits, then they're, that's a 30-second timeout here. If he hits the free throw, it's 2 possessions. You still should shoot the 3 because hitting the 3 gives you a chance at the end of the game there, even though you're still down.
They can make 2 free throws and you can hit a 3 at the buzzer to tie and go overtime. So 3-point lead by the Eaglets, 7.9 seconds left. There'll be one more free throw being shot by Jaden Savory, who's had a wonderful ball game. And Cam Ryan's over kind of standing next to the official with the no call. Kind of talking to him a little bit, like what I saw. As they're calling back and forth. And to the free throw line, Savory. Missed it. Down 3. We got a chance. Northview down 3. 5 seconds. Swartz has the basketball. Going to get a foul. So he'll be shooting 2 free throws, but they're not going to let him get a 3 off. Back to this, do you foul, do you not foul? That was obvious foul. Todd Colbert says we're going to foul, so he couldn't get a 3 up. So Brady Swartz has got to hit the first free throw, and then you got your choice if you want to intentionally miss it or knock them both down with 3.2 seconds left.
Tough call. We kind of talked about this, when we mentioned the game before, where you got to be careful when you foul like that, because if he just throws up a shot, it's a chance that they give him 3. But that's always a dilemma.
So now we got both teams here with huddled up by their coaches. I don't think a timeout was called. It was just a 5th foul.
Northview called timeout, I think.
Oh, Northview called time. Okay. Yep. Coach Channer, you're right. 30-second timeout. And he's got 1 timeout left. Northview to the free throw line. Brady Swartz, a good free throw shooter. He's got 13 points on the night.
I'm
down
sure they
3.
strategized here as to what they're doing. It's interesting that Cam is in, which tells me they might.
Swartz hits every inch of the rim, gets it to go.
Cam being in tells me that they're going to try and make this, or he's going to. I don't know. That's a hard thing.
2-point. 49-47, 3.2 seconds. They got 2 Northview players at the top of the key. Look like they're going to charge in hard. I think he's going to try to intentionally miss this. Swartz misses, but it goes in. Off the board and back in, trying to miss it, and it goes in. Yikes.
So now you're trying for a 5-second call, a steal, a foul.
So Brady knocks them both down, trying to miss the second one. It goes off the front of the rim, off the board hard, and goes in. And so Northview down 1, 49-48, 3.2 seconds left. St. Mary's will have the basketball 94 feet away from their basket. And all they got to do basically is inbound it, knock down a couple free throws, and Northview's going to have a desperation kind of play as they had no timeouts left. Going to try to get the steal, foul right away, and you're going to need a half-court shot to
Well, yeah, in a perfect world, you want to get a 5-second call. It doesn't happen very often, but they almost got one about midway through this quarter, and then you're looking for a steal. Then yeah, you got to foul at that point.
Mateen Cleaves Jr. will be taking the ball out of bounds.
They're going to run the old NFL kind of running like pass patterns here.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you, he runs the baseline, does Cleaves, gets it into Hines, and a quick foul. Time came off the clock. Hatibu fouls Zip Hines. He's got 16 points on the game. Has not have a free throw in this game. Has not shot a free throw. And Northview down 1. 1.9 seconds left on the clock. No timeouts for either team. Double bonus for both teams. And it's going to be a desperation.
Here's another strategy,
shot.
Mike. They have nobody in, which means that on a miss, Northview's going to get a clean rebound and a clean look at shooting. And granted, it's going to be a three-quarter court shot. It's interesting.
Coach Culvert's got everybody off the line, doesn't want a foul. Missed the free throw, does
Now
Hines.
he's going to put people in, yeah, okay.
Now he's got people in the lane. Mateen Cleaves in the lane, but 3 back. Hines, 1 point lead, got one more free throw to go. Intentionally missed it, hit the rim. Three-quarter court shot by Schwartz. Wide right, and that's going to do it. Hard-fought victory for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. The Eaglets win it 49-48, and Coach Colbert very excited about that. He knew he was in a ball game, and all smiles for St. Mary's, and the Wildcats put up a valiant effort but fall 1 point short here, 49-48. Come on back to the Frames Unlimited postgame show. We'll have a recap for this ball game for you. Cats lose a heartbreaker here, 49-48 to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We'll be right back. Garage Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. St. Mary's wins it here at the 2K25 showcase here at Aquinas College. 49-48, back and forth, hard-fought ball game. As Orchard Lake St. Mary's was up 14-8 after the first quarter. Northview outscored them 18-10 in the second quarter to take a 2-point 26-24 lead at the half. And then Orchard Lake St. Mary's wound up outscoring them 15-10 in that third quarter, as they are up 39-36 at the end of 3. And then they scored 10 points in the fourth quarter to Northview's 12 and win it by 1, 49-48. Scott Sykes in the house just went by. Individual scoring here for the victorious Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Sherrod Barnes with 9 points. Luke Crichton 2 points, but did a heck of a job on Brady Swartz, holding him to 15, averaging 27 a game. Zip Hines with 16. And Aiden Hanks with 5. High point man for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Jaden Savory, the Michigan State University football commit, the tight end state champion, with 17 points for St. Mary's. For the Northview Wildcats, Jack Van Proyen with 3, Jake Johnson with 2, Anthony Willis with 2, Izzy Hatibu with 3, Brady Swartz with 15, and high point man for Northview, high point man for the ball game, Cam Ryans, the junior here at Northview. 23 points, and he passed his assistant coach Derek Brooks for third all-time scorer at Northview in this ball game. And Coach, you have any final comments here?
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate last minute and a half. There were a couple calls that we both felt went against Northview. And like you said, I thought St. Mary's did a nice job defending Brady. I mean, he had 15, but he really had to work hard to get it. But still, like we mentioned, a game that's going to be a benefit to them. It's going to be good film for Coach Shannon to go over, and they'll be better for it, learning how to win some of these games down the stretch.
Well, I appreciate your efforts, and we'll do it again down the road.
I'll be glad to be back. It'll be fun.
All right, with the loss, Northview goes to 12-4 on the season. Orchard Lake St. Mary's goes to 10-6 on the year. Their next game is next Saturday, and their CHSL tourney, their league tourney that they do at the end of their seasons. Northview's next game is Tuesday at Wyoming. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Tool Construction, Jerash Heating and Cooling, Frames Unlimited, New Beginnings Restaurant. Appreciate them being able to sponsor so we can do these games for you. Also like to thank Brandon Guyton for his help accommodating this broadcast and continuing to put these great showcase games together for the past 11 years here at Aquinas. As I mentioned, 11 years of these. Northview's next game is Tuesday at Wyoming. And so from the Sturris Sports and Fitness Center and Coach Bo's Court, he's Rob Roloffs, I'm Mike Diebold. We thank you for listening to Northview Basketball on the Northview Wildcats broadcast YouTube channel. Once again, the final score here tonight was St. Mary's 49, Northview 48. For everyone listening in tonight, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great evening. Stay safe and healthy. And as always, go Wildcats.